seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Good morning, and how the heck are you? Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore for Fri-Yay. Oh, it's October 8th, 2021. Halloween's getting closer. Remember, kids, always remember to keep Halloween in your heart, and we can fight this war against Halloween. I swear we can. Anyway, glad you're here. Good morning. And if you're watching us on the rerun, we appreciate you every bit as much as the people that watch us live. But we hope you come in here and can interact with us. And otherwise, if you are watching on the rerun, leave us a comment down below, and we will try to reply to you, however frivolous it may be on both of our parts. Anyway, glad to have you here. Hope you're shaping up for a great weekend, and we've got some people to be thankful for, and one of them is Plasma Fire Graphics for sponsoring this episode. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. A great book deserves an incredible cover, and that's just what Jeffrey Hayes can do for you. Go to Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook, then check out plasmafiregraphics.com, see the amazing work he does, and not only does he do wraparound book covers, which are very important, he also does graphics that'll help you sell the book on social media, as well as beautiful book trailers. Trust me, he's done mine. Mwah, ooh la la. Anyway, please check out his work and contact him for his rate sheet. It will amaze you how affordable he is. It's plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it does matter to your readers and potential customers. Also, we want to thank another sponsor we have, Memoirs of the Macabre, a brand new comic book that's being funded currently on Kickstarter, and it's got some work from somebody you may know, along with my good friend Claudio Adriano. What is it about? Who could tell us? I know who I can call on.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. The comic will be on Kickstarter until Halloween, so don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
All right. We're just checking something here. Memoirs of the Morbid is currently funding on Kickstarter, 1/3 of the way to its goal, but without your help, that book may not reach fruition. So if you want to see my story in there, you're going to have to check out this link that we're about to post right now. And it'll take you directly to that Kickstarter campaign. I'm asking for selfish reasons. It's my story. So anyway, please check it out. And here is, we just had a comment done, but I haven't even done anything. Good Lord. Anyway, there we go. There is the link there to Memoirs of the Morbid, a great book, edited and with a story by Grant Lankard, too, of Beowulf fame. So if you like Beowulf, you're definitely going to dig this magazine. It's a very fun book if you like horror. And also, while we're thanking people, let us also thank our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly with a small monthly financial stipend. And if nothing else, I will give you, yes, give you a place on this card where your name can be immortalized for all time in ones and zeros. God bless the interwebs. But anyway, please check it out because we also give you stuff for it. Last night, I posted chapter 22 of my new book, The Terrors, and everyone who supports me at a $5 a month level gets or higher gets to read that. And so please check out what we're offering at Patreon at www.patreon.com. It's a great, great thing. You'll be glad you did. And also, we want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Rising Tide Broadcaster Network is a group of like-minded broadcasters who are uniting to help grow their own channels and to provide entertainment 7 days a week. We've just added the Dastardly Dingoes to our lineup as of last Tuesday. It was a fantastic show, and you're going to see some great guests on there in the next few weeks, including a crossover soon with Comic Book Spectrum. And by the way, check that show out last night. We had a great time, and we think you'll have a great time watching it too. We cut up and have Folderol. And also, don't forget, tonight, I don't know if Drinking with the Davies is going to be on. I know Ted will let us know. But then later on is the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, with the great Nicholas Tockard, who's going to teach you all about combat and weaponry, and do it with so much fun. Your sides are going to ache from laughter. Then tomorrow, we've got from the desk of a small press publisher at 10 p.m. with Joe D. McPhee. Great commentary on comic books and the industry, as well as some great art and some great fun from Joe. Then after that is Stupid O'Clock at 11 p.m., the best and funniest geek show on the air. They talk geek. You'll talk geek with them. You'll love it. And then at 1 a.m. will be Dan Holofield's Last Man Standing, and then Sunday night at 10, you close out your weekend with Heather Ellen's Comics, Chaos, and Sass. It's a great thing. Please go to our Facebook page and give it a like if you would. I think you should. So anyway, let's start your comments. And first one in the gate, 923. Good morning, Brian. It's Friday. Well, thank you for the reminder, Teresa. Well, I'm glad to see you. And morning, Furthermore, and some creative friends. Good to see you here. And the Skunk Rockers checking in early. I'm awake, so I guess it's now time for a certain former mortician's assistant turned superhero of fiction to tell every Morian what is yanking this stinker's tail today. Let's get the stink a rocking here. And it's me. I'm yanking my own tail. What? That's very candid of you, but shouldn't that be done in private? Honestly, I need to see a psychiatrist, but I, don't have health insurance due to our former assistant manager being just the worst, and B, even if I did, psychiatric help is usually not covered, and C, I don't even know where to go to find one. I hear ads on podcasts about online services that you sign up for, but that seems like just therapy, and there is something wrong with my brain. The mood swings, the constant overthinking, the lethargy. I can barely get motivated these days to breathe, let alone be creative. And I have this weird issue with my art where everything is either super rushed and nowhere near my best work, or I don't want to stop working on it until it's perfect. And since it never will be, I will never finish. And so I'm in this constant state of panic, confusion, laziness, exhaustion, mania, and it all leads to deep depressions wherein I do something wrong, even if it's so minimal, no one noticed but me. So yeah, I suck, and I know I suck, and I want to get better, but I don't know where to start or who to trust or whether or not I can afford it. It leads to vicious cycles. I'll be super productive working on a project, then become so hopelessly unmotivated that whatever I was working on stagnates until I either have someone ask about it or I find the file by accident. And then I feel like an abject failure. I know this is a negative hell post filled with self-loathing and imposter syndrome symptoms, but I felt I need to get it off my chest anyway. Yeah, that is what it's yanking my tail. I got my fangs wrapped around my own floof and I'm pulling hard. I'm sure that image would make for a really funny piece of art, but the reality is meh. Right over, I guess. Brian, what's going on in the world right now, dude? You are the center of it. I'm not joking either. And I hope you're listening, Skunk. And I hope, if you're not, I hope you come back to listen. Dude, I feel for you. I really do. Um, and I've been there. I visit there occasionally, whether I want to or not. Carl Witzman, I was hoping you'd be here. Carl, good morning to you. And Skunk Cracker, I'm sure Brian will agree, but if this really bothers you, and it sounds like it does, then seek help. There are free or low-cost options. Check around. Anyone having issues can usually start with a free service like their local state rehab office and get further in from there. Seriously, Skunk, this is a serious issue. It is beyond imposter syndrome. And yeah, I speak from experience, okay? I've done that too, and I spun my wheels a lot. First, please take this is just my opinion, and I am not a substitute for trained, certified medical help, okay? But it sounds like you need someone that might be able to prescribe medicine for you. Let me clean my glasses while I rant. There are medicines, I am told, that can ease. It basically can right your mental blood chemistry. And Carl, please correct me if I'm wrong. I know we'll revisit this when we get to catch up with your comments. But there are chemicals that can right that can help to right the imbalance in your brain. And that's what a lot of it is, I think. It's chemical in nature. And then you have to tell yourself certain things. And I have to remind myself of them constantly. One, perfection is impossible. Accept it. Embrace it. Lean into it. A great artist that I knew, and he's no longer with us, unfortunately, but I remember he was talking to a young boy one time who my friend used to film himself drawing his art at conventions and talking to people. And he one time had an 8-year-old boy who liked to draw, and the boy said, well, I want to show my work, but I can't. And my friend said, well, why not? And he goes, well, it's never perfect. I don't want to show it till it's perfect. And my friend said, perfection is impossible, but excellence is achievable. Not easily, but it's achievable. Excellence is achievable. We have some episodes of my broadcast that they are far from excellent, but they're the close we can do, and we let them out. And Skunk, remember how much praise you've gotten from Michaela Jade's book video, which we will run later as proof of your excellence. And dude, you turned that out in record time. Look at my my countdown clock. Only I and a couple of my stunt doubles have that clock. It is unique. It is lovely. It was well thought out. And it's not that usual thing that StreamYard provides. And it's very distinctive. And I'm so grateful to you, man. So, like Carl said, check your local area for any sort of possible free psychiatric evaluation. If nothing else, therapy is a good place to start. The journey of 1,000 steps begins with only one. And Skunk, you've got too much to offer this world. You are so talented. And I want you to shine. We all do, man. You are a valuable part of this community. You really are. And I don't have to say that. I already, I already got the check. It's all right. But you, please, for our sakes, please seek counseling, if nothing else. And from there, they might be able to guide you to someone who can help you with your ennui, if we will, affordably for your budget. All right. So please, thank you, first of all, for your rant, because it's a good reminder for all of us that that's what this community is about. That's what the Rising Tide does. We do care. We do care, and I'm hoping I'll have some good comments when we catch up a little. But anyway, Skunk, and if nothing else, rant to me. All right, I've always got a dry shoulder and an eager ear. Okay, and if you want bad advice, I got plenty of it. But if nothing else, talk to one of us. All right, that you trust. And let's see what we can do to get you back into a better place, better mind space. And I know the 9 to 5 is a grind. And I know deadlines are a pain in the ass. But unfortunately, deadlines are a part of the business. And it's like I say with my own business, Rising Tide, I don't like everything I have to do, but I have to do it. But then again, when you're working with somebody for someone else, you don't like what you have to do for them either. As you well know, Skunk, when somebody drops a router or something, man, you get hosed. So, but first of all, thank you for reaching out, man. That's the first step. And let's see what we can do to help you. All right. But don't be afraid to drop me a line anytime. And I'm sure there's others here who can help and possibly visit the green room tonight. Maybe Carl can give you some real life advice. All right. And Donna, Carleen, hello, everyone. Mwah, good to see you, darling. As always, Joe Dog McKillen. Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Joe Dog, we are so glad to see you. Joe Dog is the host of Stupid O'Clock Thursdays and Saturdays on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And we keep missing the live show on Stupid O'Clock because we stay for the after show on Comic Book Spectrum and we start cutting up. But no, we also got some stuff done last night, so it was all good. And by the way, speaking of that, we have got to talk about Memoirs of an Angel from Brian Rahman. It is fully funded. It made its $2,500 goal just a day or two ago, and now they're looking for backers. I'm updating my screen here, but even $1 will help them out. They've got 77 backers, so if they can get another 23 backers, even a dollar helps them out. So if you could find your way to check him out, Memoirs of an Angel, please visit that, okay? And give him some money. You'll be glad you did. It is a super, super book. And Sarah, good morning to you, sweetheart. Mwah. I'm actually here since my appointment was canceled. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, anyway, I hope you have a great Friday. And I'll be talking to you. And October 8th, 10 days till the birthday of Damian Waldron. I believe the post office will be closed that day. And many stores will be shuttered to observe the holiday. Damien, happy pre-birthday to you. I hope you have a great day, and it's always good to see you. And if you want to see something really cool, Damien is the gentleman who redesigned my website, so please check that out. I am so proud of that thing, and he's made it so I can do minimal damage to it. It's wonderful. And hey, Donna, Joe Dong, Sarah, and Damien, all the newcomers, and 2 likes and 7 watching. The Dark Mistress of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide has come out in full gothic force, and she's gonna crack it. And folks, don't forget also on Facebook, if you are enjoying any section of the show, please just take just a millisecond and either give me a like or a love or mock me with your laughter, because it does help me in the algorithms. It helps this show get more searchable, and we can have more playmates that come in here. Also, don't forget our YouTube challenge. It looks like we're falling behind, but we have like 626 subscribers at this moment, and we need 1,100, which is doable. We need 1,100 by the end of October 31st. By the time it turns November 1st, all bets are off. But we will do a special 12-hour Nevermind the Furthermore with guests and giveaways to show our immense gratitude. So let's see, my glasses are filthy, but anyway, please share our videos and give them a like, give them some love, regardless of the platform you're on. And especially if you're watching us on YouTube, you get a better picture and a far better sound quality on there. I'm not just saying that. It is true. People who go there will vouch. Man, even I think my rag is dirty here. Hold on, I'm getting the good stuff now. Okay. It's bad when we're getting the toilet paper. Anyway, and I'm sure somebody works in an optometrist shop. The scratches on your lens. But anyway, we are seeking monetization. I don't shy away from that. But the thing is, the monetization after a certain point will, once it reaches a certain level, will be filtered down to the other people inside the network to help them with their own broadcast, because it's the least we can do. And also because they are so awesome. So please, if you have not already, please, jerk yourselves over to YouTube and take a moment to please subscribe to our channel, Brian K. Morris Rising Tide. So, and it will make Sarah happy. And is there no greater thing to aspire to? And Ted Davies Artistry, good morning, all. Ted, always a pleasure to see you. Ted's a valuable part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and soon to be part of it is Rick Bradley. Rick, good morning, Nevermornings. Good morning to you, superstar. How you doing? And please don't oh, thanks, Sarah. I'll be 20, 30, no, I'll be old. Damien, get the hell off my lawn. That's all I've got to say. There ain't nobody old on here. I believe I am usually the oldest person on this broadcast. I am 65 and glad to be here. And good morning to you, buddy. So glad to see you here. And Carl Donington, whoever I'm misnaming, doing this half asleep, and everyone's saying hello to each other. And oh my God, that comic book looks amazing. Sarah today drop me a line, and I've got some ideas on how you can become part of the cyber network, but I want you to be cautious. I don't want you spending all your money, okay, just on the stuff I do. Anyway, and Mike Jimmy Lorcia de Bruin, hello, Nevermore. It is so good to see you, Mike Jimmy. Mike Jimmy, if you've got a project going on, please leave a link, okay, because we want to support you. You are amazing. And don't forget the Memoirs of the Morbid, a brand new horror anthology in which I am in there with the great Claudio Adriano. He is fantastic. When you watch that video, he is one of the first art samples you see there, the very Jack Kirby-esque drawing there. I am so thrilled to be working with him again. He is a joy. And if any of you need an artist who is reasonably priced, way professional, and just keeps getting better and better, then please check with me, and I'll get you the information for Claudio Adriano, because he's way affordable, and he is such a joy to work with. And you see the glorious results, and I know we are so far behind. We will try to catch up. And Damien, I'll be 65 next month. Don't try to tell me how you're going to be old. Yeah, and Donna, it reminds me of when President Ronald Reagan was in office, and he turned 74, and somebody in the press corps asked him during a press conference, and said, well, how's it feel to be 74? And Reagan said, well, it beats the alternative. So anyway, yeah, and I'm older than Donna, so, because I'm already 65. Donna, prepare to be besieged by Medicaid insurance supplement salespeople. It is obnoxious. It is the worst. I mean, I've had people knocking on my door on Saturday morning. Hey, I'm here to talk to you about your supplemental insurance. Hey, I'm here to slam the door in your face. Fortunately, find somebody you can trust. And I've got a friend here who can help. She's not looking for clients, but I'm sure she'll take a referral. But find somebody you can trust and get some good information on it. Your insurance agent should be able to help you. If they don't sell supplemental insurance, then they may know someone that you would like who does. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Your email box fills up. Now the thing is, Donna, I will say the state of Indiana provided free counseling. They had a representative who had like a 1-hour webinar on what you needed, the basics you needed to know for Medicaid. And everybody's situation is different. Your situation will not be the same as mine. Mine is mitigated by the fact that Cookie has a superb health package where she works. Fortunately, I got somebody I've known for a number of years who sells supplemental insurance, and she talked me through the process. She was a lovely lady. But anyway, the state of Indiana provided someone who was an expert in it, and she had a webinar, and she also provided a 1-hour free counseling with you one-on-one on the telephone. So I'm sure the state of Illinois might offer something like that. You might do a search for that, but it's really helpful. And speaking of really helpful, Friday nights at 8 p.m., the Historical Fencing Guild will help you kill your neighbors safely. Good morning, Nevermorians. Tonight, swing by the Historical Fencing Guild live stream following the How to Be a Better Vampire in an RPG discussion last week. We are discussing the terminally furry werewolves. Oh, cool. We are heading towards that season. I love it. And speaking of people I love, there's Charles F. Millhouse. Glad to see you, sir. Some cool Captain Hawkland news coming this weekend. Make sure you're subscribed to author Charles F. Millhouse Presents on Facebook. Always a good time there. Charles, always a pleasure to see you. Hey, remind me, I got to talk to you about Marjorie. Anyway, wanted to see if I got my pitch got approved. Anyway, Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin says, be sure to check out the Radiant site #1 on Indiegogo. For all of you who complain about a lack of romance comics, this is for you. Hey, Mike, Jimmy, would you send me a link via direct messenger on Facebook? Because I love old-time romance stories. In fact, my story in Memoirs of the Macabre is a romance. It's like a 50s love comic. That was my goal in writing it. It was a little bit 50s romance comic meets Tales from the Crypt. And if that doesn't sell that story, I don't know what the hell will. And we have the return of Dr. Anthony King. Hollywood love, Doctor. So anyway, if you would take a moment, Mike, Jimmy, if you're listening, I would love to see that. I may have to drop a couple dollars your way. And Historical Fencing Guild. So if you want a Swordmaster's view on fantasy tropes and tactics, come by the Historical Fencing Guild. Thank you, Mike, Jimmy. Much appreciated. I got it. I love you, man. I love you. You are the best. Anyway, let's start over again. The Historical Fencing Guild said, so if you want a Swordmaster's view on fantasy tropes and tactics, come by the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely. It's always a fun show. Even if you're not into combat weaponry, watch and see if Nick Tockart's backdrop will attack him. It's sentient, I tell you. And Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin says, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I've been super busy with pencils and inks for Life on Korra #5. So now I'm resting the hand. Well, a number of people are also resting their hands here, but that's another issue. But anyway, Mike Jimmy, I'm looking forward to that, man. And I'm so glad you're here. You always make me smile. I love your positive attitude. I love your talent. You are a light. You really are. And the Historical Fencing Guild, where all the decent people hang out. Yes, and for everyone else, there's the green room tonight. I understand, Carl. I may swing by there tonight, Carl. I'm there. Well, yeah, I'll have time tonight. I will have time tonight because Cookie will have to work, so I'll have at least an hour or two. So anyway, it's just one of those things where I'm honestly, I've had a rough week too, and I'm not going to rant here. I got to catch up with some stuff. And shared, thank you, Ryan Permisson, you awesome broadcaster, you. And happy Friday, Nevermorians. How are you? Subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel on YouTube. You'll be glad you did. There's great nerdy content, interviews, and more, and contests and all kinds of things. And Rick Bradley, Skunk, there should be some programs that offer free counseling. Check with your local public aid office. Excellent advice, Rick. Thank you, sir. And in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of And I Quote with Brian Rodman, the wonderful Brian Rodman, co-host of Comic Book Spectrum, who was Owl last night. Oh, by the way, last night I was in on it, but Eric Hawkins reviewed the Nebulizer #1. And I've got to say, in all sincerity, I am so blessed to have these three guys to have on that show. I mean, and have Jody McPhee as our backup. But Clyde is such a great writer. And he's just flexing his muscles right now. Wait till he gets warmed up. And Brian Rodman and Eric Hawkins are doing two of my favorite, if not my top 2 favorite comics right now. The Nebulizer is one of the best comics around, and I love Memoirs of an Angel. I keep reading and rereading it, same as I do the Zombieful World of Oz. Those are superior comic books, and they just keep getting better and better and better. And I am so tickled that they allow me to play in their sandbox. I just can't thank those two enough. They are fantastic. But anyway, please check out Comic Book Spectrum and definitely check out And I Quote, because if you want to see some fun, it's going to be had there. And Skunk Rocker, man, I feel for you. We've all been there, says Charles Millhouse. There are people out there to talk to and friends to help you through it. Exactly. The beginning is the first step. You have to take that step and seek help. And I'm saying, Skunk, you have taken that first step. You have reached out to us, and please, I hope you're listening, and I hope you take the advice you're given, because you are too awesome. And I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying it. I don't have to be nice. I've already got the job. And we may be having some internet issues. I apologize. Oh, they're gone. Anyway, there's a little meter that pops up on StreamYard that tells me if my internet signal is weak. Facebook must be hiding evidence again. But no, there are resources out there, Skunk, and just letting us know that you need them and letting us try to help you. That's the first step, man. And I hope you follow the path to wellness, man. You have too much to offer. You are amazing. You really are. You may see yourself as this stinky character that comes in and spreads negativity, but you aren't. You don't see you like we do. Okay. Ryan Permison says, join us Saturday at noon Eastern for And I Quote as we talk with horror thriller writer. Oh my God, I love this guy, Carl Witzman. He's amazing. We'll also be taking your questions, so please don't miss it. You've got to watch that. And somebody else who I like watching is Willow Schuyler for many reasons. Mwah! Willow, I love you. Check out Willow's Pillow Talk on the Hanging Web Show Network. Also, Cryptid Crunch with Keisha Acuff and our darling Willow on the Back of the Cereal Box Network. She's amazing. Love you, hun. And thank you for everything you do for us, Willow. I cannot tell you that enough. I hope you don't get bored with my gratitude. And Ryan Permison says, check out this Flashback Friday episode, And I Quote with Bobby Nash. Excellent. The special 12-hour episode. Anyway, no, we love you, Bobby. BobbyNash.com. You are the best, Bobby. I haven't talked to you in ages. I need to do that. And Sarah says, your words have been heard, Skunk. I so wish I could get you into my therapist building. My heart goes out to you, and not out of pity, but out of concern and understanding. I'm all ears to listen. That's it, Skunk. You are part of a larger world now. You are part of the Nevermorians. You are part of Rising Tide. And not just because you're on stupid o'clock, okay? You're one of us, dude. All right. And Mike Jimmy Lorsha DeBruin, your best is going to change from day to day. Make it with all its flaws and love them, because no one else can make those beautiful flaws like you do. Oh God, that's gorgeous, Mike Jimmy. Thank you. And the thing is, I was talking with Ty Templeton, who is fighting his own battles right now. He's going through cancer procedures, and he sounds like he's doing well as can be expected. But he once told me that he was told by Wally Wood that style is the imperfection in your work, and to a large degree, I think it's true. In a lot of artistic ways. I mean, what we do here is kind of quirky. And I've said for the longest time that there are people who could do Nevermind the Furthermore excellently. I mean, every time Carl says, I'll step in for you, I'm like, yeah, let's watch this thing. It's going to be great. It really is. It's not the same as if I do it. I think it's a lot better. But, this show is what it is. Ryan Permison has done the show. He was amazing. Jody McPhee was awesome. And Carl Witzman just knocks it out of the park. But it's the differences between us that make the show interesting, I think, for when we each co-host. So, that is beautiful. And, and you also have to figure out that nothing artistic is perfect. You just have to figure there is a time when I can fiddle with it no longer, and it's the same as writing. There's many a time I'm sending a thing going, oh, I don't know if they're going to like this, hit the send button. Because we are sure there are flaws in it, and there usually are. That's why God made editors. And we just have to release it in all of its natural beauty and give it a chance to shine and find some new owners. So anyway, that's beautiful, Mike Jimmy. I love that. Thank you so much. And bring Cookie home. Ryan, that we do that every day. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. And Rising Tide raises all ships. That's our job here. That's our mission. And I talk about my Patreon, and it does help keep this show and all the other broadcasting we do on the air, and helps us in so many ways. It's not like I'm buying comic books with it. Honestly, it's not. But I have a number of people that have contributed simply because they say they love the mission. And really, that's partly why we're here. I mean, there are some mornings when I've had some recent times myself, some dark times, where I've said, I'm just done with this. I am done with everything. Screw this. I'll hand out carts at Walmart. But I've got promises to keep, for one thing. And I've got, like, bringing Cookie home. And I realize there's people that need us. And it's like one of the reasons I like Superman so much. I mean, this guy has the powers of a god compared to us. And he spends time, helping old ladies across the street, stopping petty crimes, uh, rescuing kittens from trees. He does the little things because it's the right thing to do, and that's what Rising Tide's about. That's what we do. And Skunk Rocker says, Carl and Brian, you were both 10 for 10. That's the issue. Mental health in this country is so stigmatized that these sort of things are not easily sought. There is no easy answer now. When I was a kid, obviously I had my guidance counselor in school helping me out and helping out my family and finding help. But now with the full-time job and the rent payments and all that jazz, it's not just an easy thing to find an answer for. It's not like I'm looking for an easy answer, just an answer to come easily. I think you know what I mean. I do. And so does Sarah. But I did that this morning because that's literally what's bothering me, taking all the fun out of it. And with the clever furry euphemisms, it's just bugging me since last night. I don't know why. And I'll hold back my opinions. It's more important you guys talk. Ted Davies Artistry says, Skunk, you are worthy, bro. I deal with my anxiety by helping another creator. Ditto. If I feel anxiety coming on, I create art or write, or I try to help another creator. If you need to talk, bro, message me. Thank you, Ted. God, brother, why do you think Rising Tide's here? It's not just to help other people. It's public service. It helps me because I can try to help other people. That's what this is about. And Carl Witzman says most people feel comfy going to the vocational rehab office first, less stigmatizing, etc. And anyhow, I appreciate both of you and all the Nevermorians because this is truly one of those moments that defines Rising Tide for me, that we look out for each other. And Skunk, I meant it. You are part of this community, brother. I don't call you brother lightly, okay? You are one of us. And I don't mean in that James Whale sort of one of us way. We're here to help, Skunk. We're here for you. Ace Bonnie, thank you for being here, man. And thank you for being on the show last night in the audience. I think Skunk took the step reaching out and now take the second step, positive energy, Skunk. And Mike, Jimmy, Lotion de Bruin, the Skunk Rocker, most of us know these issues. No need to deny their existence or ignore them. We care. And Robert Bay, good morning to you. Howdy. Been a minute since I dropped in. Glad to have you here, Robert. Hope your week is going well. Hope you're looking forward to a good weekend. Willow Schuyler says, the best decision I made was to finally deal with my childhood trauma, Skunk. Just send as many therapists as you can a message to find someone who works for you. Sarah says, we absolutely look out for each other, and I sincerely hope it's giving you some semblance of peace. We are here for you, Skunk. And we are, Skunk. That's the thing. Take that step and start looking for a professional to help you. Seriously. And it's not like it can be cured. This is it, and again, this is just my opinion, and please somebody stop me or correct me if I'm wrong. But to me, a lot of mental health issues are kind of like alcoholism, which is a disease. It is like other things that go on in our heads that we don't really find a cure for. We find a way to cope with them. We find a way to work around them or to suppress them if they're not beneficial to others. We all can improve. I mean, I have depression. I make no secret of it. Now, Skunk, yes, getting mental health is stigmatized by a number of people, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It used back when I was a kid, going to a psychiatrist was almost a punchline for a number of comedians. Now it's something that we accept in a lot of people, that we have therapists, that we have people we can talk to and pour out our heart, and they can listen and maybe give you some guidance on how to deal with the issues that plague us. I admit that I have chronic depression. I don't take medication for it. I have bad reasons not that I don't, but I've learned to work around it. And like I said, I had about the last couple weeks that I have just um it's been almost crippling me. And I'll tell you an open right now. I had a friend die of COVID a few months ago. Someone who was very encouraging to me in my art, someone I admired and respected greatly. And he just gave up one day because he got tired of fighting it. And I've got two friends on ventilators right now. I've had two friends that I've actually had about four friends that just come five that come immediately to mind that have had COVID. And not all of them are well yet. Not of them have returned to full wellness. I've got another friend who's undergoing cancer therapy. And I'm healthy as anything. And that's kind of depressing. Not that I want to get sick, mind you, for many reasons, not just selfish ones, but I've got people that, are hurting around me and I can't do anything about it because I'm not trained. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not anything but a broadcaster and a writer. But, I've had times this week, I'm just sit and stare at the walls and the work needs to get done, but I do it. And this is the first time I've talked about it with anyone but Cookie and a couple other people. But yeah, it gets crippling. But one thing I had going for me is I knew I could, if it got bad enough, I could reach out and talk to somebody. I've got people I talk to all day long, and I'm blessed to have them. And Skunk, you've got a blessing too. I hope you take us up on it. I really do. And good morning, Comic Talk with Pops fans, and good morning, Nevermorians. The comic-related madness on Facebook will be 2 years old on October 23rd. We are now going to have a party before Holocron 18. That's excellent. And now that it's in the terrible twos, will it be waking you up at 3 a.m. wanting water? And Joe Dog McKeel, did you say you were going to DeadCon? Yes, I will be at DeadCon next weekend. Let me get my book of all knowledge here and get you some more information on it. Yes, DeadCon will be at the Grand Wayne Center, 120 West Jefferson Boulevard in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Do a search. They have a page on Facebook, and they also have a webpage. A number of great guests will be showing up, including my very dear friends, Bishop Stevens, former WWF wrestler and turned actor, and he's got quite a career going, and also Master Ron Fitzgerald, who will be performing there. It's going to be a good time. Please check it out. Get tickets at their website. It is awesome. And hashtag Rising Tide. You got it. We are the movement, Sarah. We really are. And good morning. And Michaela Jane, sorry I'm late. I was napping on the couch. Michaela, how is your back? How are you doing? I'm glad you're she had to go to the ER last night. She was having some serious issues. And we just had a comment dump. So hold on here. Let me catch up. And yes, Joe Dog, I am going to DeadCon next weekend. It will be a good time. Hope to see some Nevermorians there. And good morning to William Quinton. Good morning, dear my friend. How are you? And 50 and holding here. 50 is kind of cool. Being half a century old is kind of neat. And also, don't forget, was it 47 Furious Tales? Number 3 is your crowdfunding right now. Put on that link, my friend. Put on that link. And jerk yourself over to YouTube. I was reading that post in UKSAG. Creepy vibes. Yeah, I realized when I came out of my face, I could have picked a better way to say it. But I went with it anyway. Just lean into it, right? Comic Talk Pops fan saying Joe Dog is the wrench. He has to drop the links on YouTube. And hi, Pops. And Joe Dog, don't read that crap over there. It'll warn you. Oh, too late. Yeah, UKSAG. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, that's a site that no weak man should ever visit. You got to be strong, I tell you. You got to be strong. And let's see, Comics Carl can also drop links on YouTube. I think it's because I've made them admins that they can do that. They guard me. They watch my back against trolls, you know. And Rick Bradley says they say you're only as old as you feel, and I feel about as old as Imhotep some days like today. I got my shingles shot. You know, you turn 65, it's like, oh, you need vaccinations for everything. So I still need to get my second pneumonia shot, which will happen around June because it's an annual thing. But then I'm done, and I have to get my flu shot in a couple of weeks, and then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to get my second shingles shot. And I need to update my tetanus shot. So I haven't had a tetanus shot in about 10 years. But at least now the tetanus shot, at least you get it in the arm now. I got one. I remember my first one. This is back when I worked for the water company, and they sent us all to get our inoculations because, you know, it was a cool thing to do, and it, you know, kept us from getting sick. So we got inoculations, even though we didn't know what the hell was in them. And they said, well, you need to go get your shots. And I said, okay, fine. So I went to the doctor, got a nice checkup, said I was in good shape. And she said, well, when was the last time you got a tetanus shot? And I'm like, you're going to be my first if you give me one. She's like, oh God, Brian. It's like, no, I don't take care of myself. So anyway, but I go, you know, Rick, I go by the old George Burns thing. When he was like in his late 90s, he said, some days I feel like a 20-year-old, but there's never one around. Anyway, yes, Carl can also drop links. He has the special, he and Joe Dog have special privilege. I believe Eric Hawkins also does too. So, but I could use some more admins on here possibly. And Brian, I started getting that shites in spring, staying with my present insurance as they have a great supplemental program. Well, excellent. I'm glad you got that. Yeah, I had to use that block button a lot, and I had people contacting me on like Facebook even. Hi, you don't know me, but I sell supplemental insurance, and I'm like, hey, you don't know me, but I'm blocking you. Yeah, and I gotta say, I support new authors. I support creators, but I am getting sick and tired of people who are not my Facebook friends just DMing me and saying, "Hey, here's this project. Subscribe to it," or "I've got this service. Subscribe to it." You know, they don't even say please. They just put it out there. And I got one this morning from a budding author. I say budding author, but he's got about a dozen books out, it seems. And he's, you know, just sends me a link to his work. It's like, okay, well, that's nice. What am I supposed to do with it? You know, I don't mind a little courtesy. I don't mind being asked every now and then. And happy Fri-Yay from Cindy Kep. CKOEPP.com. That's the only website we need to talk about. And sign for a great free monthly newsletter. And I'm on VTO working on Mission Quilts while I listen in today. Well, happy day off, sweetheart. You earned it. Vacation time off, right? Okay, cool. Well, good for you, Cindy. And Memoirs of the Morbid, not macabre. Your age is showing. Anyway. Sorry, Rick, and sorry, Grant Lankard. And that's why we run the commercials, so y'all can see that stuff. And Cindy, get books, lots of books. You need books. Go to Smashwords and you'll get books. Also, Amy Hale is on there, several other Nevermorian authors. And Santa signed the tale that spans the hollow birth of the Thankless season. That's true. Yes, showing what a marketing genius I am. I release a holiday book in March. Anyway, please check out that book, my bestseller, and read it, and you'll find out why. Available in electronic and paperback editions. And by the way, one of the things last night, and we have Ryan Permison to thank for it, you know, all four of us on the panel have our own IPs, our own intellectual properties, and we were asked who would portray our intellectual properties. And we cast Santa Stein last night. But to find out, you'll have to watch the episode. And it's available on YouTube and also on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page on Facebook. And for me, Medicaid has been and is amazing. Perfect specialized therapies, meds, and doctor appointments, and all covered 100%. Lucking out with spectacular people I'm seeing as needed. Wish I could share it. Yeah, I've had good luck with, you know, my people too. Yeah, so yeah, Medicaid is a good thing. I think it is a good thing. It's just confusing as hell when you get my age. And there are penalties if you don't get supplemental insurance. There are penalties like the fact that I'm covered through Cookie for a lot of these things means that I don't pay some of those penalties should I ever switch over to the Medicaid Plan B or whatever. So I just have Plan A. That's all I need right now. And big stompy robots have small arms, just like just like velociraptors, but they're mean and they're fun, and it's a great pickup game that is available now on Amazon via Nicholas Anthony Tockert and Knight Reich from John B. Pica. Check out johnpica.com for all of his amazing stuff, and check out his Back of the Cereal Box network because he just does everything well. And Department of Human Services in your area says Sarah to look up online for everything you need. Skunk, I hope you're writing this down. If nothing else, reach out to like Sarah or myself. I'm sorry if I'm voluntolding you guys, but Sarah or Carl or myself or anyone you hear here, if you need to follow up on information or if you didn't write it down or whatever. CityCap says, catch up with the Dastardly Dingoes on Rising Tide on Tuesday evenings. They were fantastic as always. And also future guests will include Clyde Hall and Eric Hawkins, and there will be a crossover very soon with Comic Book Spectrum. It's going to be a madhouse. It'll be great. And Comics Talk and Pod's Ant, we're closing on 50% of goal. Excellent, William. William put in the link. Just type it out, but instead of the dot, the period, write out dot.com, okay, if you can. And Cultural Nerds, you got that. Ryan Permisson supplies them, and you got to check out this great nerdy content. And if we need to start up a once-a-month support group meeting, I'm all for it, says Willow Schuyler. I'm thinking that's not a horrible idea. CityCap wrestling characters, you need them. Check out from the Destin Small Press publisher Joe D. McPhee's great wrestling comics and Amazonia. They're available on Comixology and various other places. Also 10 o'clock on Saturday nights. Check out what Joe D. McPhee does because he's amazing. He's a fantastic, fun broadcaster. And good morning, Philip Thompson. Check out Philly Art. Check out the book he's doing. Excellent. Philly Art. Philip is a wonderfully talented cartoonist. Good to see you here, Philip Thompson. Hope you have a great weekend, sir. And this goes out to all the Nevermorians from Rick Bradley. If you're feeling down and want to rant or vent to someone, message me anytime. Well, yeah. Rick and I know the value of ranting. So I think he's one of the people I gave a mini rant to when I was having my issues. And Syndicate Neuroses from Amy Hale. Check that book out. It is on sale right now and it's awesome. And Carl Witzman is amazing. Is there some other guy with my name? Not that I'm aware of. No, I only speak of one, good sir. And Cindy Cap says, Warriors, they're everywhere. And you can get them from Michaela Jade, the Warriors trilogy, available on Amazon. It's a great stuff. It should be fun to be on Ryan's show on Saturday after drinking all night in the green room tonight. In fact, Carl, I think you should start up the next morning. Get a few glassfuls of gin, and by glassfuls I mean tumblers, and go on the show. And Ryan loves a good 6-hour show. He really does. So I think all of the Nevermorians should sign up for his being on his show on his calendar page and get on there and see if we can push his envelope a little. Probably be pushing his buttons. Anyway, how poetic. Teresa Dunn has 2 books of poetry expressions on Amazon. You need to check those out. And the Halloween Comic and Toy Show at QuadCon Des Moines at quadcitycon.com for a schedule. She will have anthologies, including one with a Wolfman in it. I love the Wolfman. And dragons, books, comics, and other stuff. She is awesome. And Cindy, I'm looking forward to the 30th, or the day after Black Friday, because we're going to do a show together. I'm so excited. And the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. It is good stuff. You will love watching Nick Tockert. He makes me look lethargic. And CromCon on Spook Day weekend. Yes, check that out. That is going to be so good. But I will be at HallowCon that weekend from the 29th to the 31st, and I'm looking forward to meeting the skunk man himself, and Joe Dog, and all my friends from Stupid O'Clock. It's going to be good, and good vibes for Luke and Brian. Definitely. It's become kind of a, thoughts and prayers has become kind of poo-pooed by some circles, but I believe in the energy, whether you call it prayer or just positive thoughts or visualizing good, positive effects. It is real It works. And check out Luke Stone's hybrids work at lukestonestudios.com. And Animalize, speculative fiction, how-to, cool anthologies, and other fun stuff at bearpublications.com, where you can pick up Cindy Kep's latest book, Animalize, along with the comic book adaptation of it. The first issue is out. The third issue is in production, and it's going to be awesome. The first issue has gotten universal rave reviews. If you love good comics, all ages comics too, it's safe to leave out for the kids. Check out her work. She is an amazing writer. She really is. And Help Oz Oust Zombies Comixology has all 3 issues of Eric S. Hawkins' Zombieful World of Oz, the best comic book out there. And going into Mortal Kombat with depression is tough, but try not to fight the Tempest alone. That's a problem I have is, and Skunk, I admire his courage and being so open about it. I just kind of let it fester because I'm looking at a job. I'm looking at a huge job I'm doing right now, an editing job. I'm almost done. I'm about 3/4 done with it, 2/3 at least. But anyway, no, I'm about 3/4 done. But anyway, and part of it was kicking my butt. But it's going to be worth it when it gets out there. Trust me on this one. We'll promote that one to the skies. But yeah, it is tough. And part of my depression is I turn inward. But unfortunately, I did have some friends like Rick and Teresa and various other people that I did let some of it out, and it helped take the pressure off. But it's like, there's also that thing about and it was brought up earlier about it's, I think Sarah did. It's not out of pity. It's out of concern. And, sometimes you think, well, I don't want to burn anyone. And I get into that mode of thought, and that's hard to get out of. But thank you for letting me have my moment this morning. I do feel better. Looking for serenity, then you need to check out Red Melly, and she is amazing. She's also got a Twitch channel where she does gaming and other creative stuff. And we need to give that some love too. And Memoirs of an Angel and Nebulizers. You need that from BrianRodman.com. And another amazing creator. And well, crap, I just heard author Lou Antonelli passed away on Wednesday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I remember Lou Antonelli. Yeah, that's a shame. And Pulp Fiction, no, not the movie. You can get that from Stormgate Press. The award-winning 2 volumes is available now. Number 3 is in production. And I know it's easier said than done, Skunks, says Damien Waldron, but that next step is the best step. Let me know if I can help look online for services in your area. Skunk, I hope you're listening, brother. And book reviews from the Land Down Under with Vegemite aplenty. And the Hyper Sandy books, check out that YouTube channel there. It is good stuff. And Ace Bunny says, what did the shark say when he ate the clownfish? This tastes a little funny. Thank you, Ace. And fantasy tales based in a Nepalese type culture coming soon from Amazon from Victoria Adams, who's got some really cool books out. I want to get her book on Job. She's done some really in-depth scholarly examination of Job from the Bible that I'm really interested in. So he's quite the character. Anyway, thank you, Cindy, and CKOEPB.com for a great website, great books, and great, wonderful, wonderful writer and friend. And I get more support from people I have never met than I do from my own family. I count the blessings, says Pops Van Zandt, and try to leave behind those who are not encouraging positive vibes. Yeah, encouraging positive vibes. In fact, that's what Clyde Hall does. He's got a page on Facebook. That's what it's called. So, Lord love you, Pops. Love you, man. I really do. And Trolls are heroes, too. You want to go check out S.L. Rowland's version of Trolls on Amazon because she's awesome. And I hear your voice, too, Brian. Thank you, sir. Anyway, Comics Talk, the madness always wakes me up at 3 a.m. My bladder does the same thing. And Michaela, I hope you're doing well, sweetie. And Cindy and Carl Wisman, all this link posting is cutting into my solitaire time. Sorry, dude. And we just had another comment dump here. Oh, cool people, and cool people, more cool people. Here we go. I'm going to catch up. Okay, there we go. And Wolfman Anthology coming soon. Moonlight and Claws from YieldDragonBooks.com. Meet the Dragons. Oh, that sounds good. And Rick Radley says, hey, even Superman can't heal the sick, at least as far as I know. His powers did go through with so many changes, but know that you have us, Brian. You can call upon anytime. I know. And you all have been there, whether you've known it or not. Believe me. And Pops fans saying, I couldn't get a press pass for that one. I'm not well known enough. Well, keep working on it. I'm laboring in I'm making obscurity sexy again, man. I feel your pain. So let's see. Here we go. Okay. Anthony Bouveau. Hello, my friend. Hi, Brian and everyone. How are you? And everyone, hope all are well. We're doing okay. And Cindy Kep says, check out the work of Denver Martinez, who wrangles colors for Animal Eye, and what great colors they are. What a super job Denver does. Anthony Bouveau sending positive and healing energies to Michaela J. Definitely. Yeah, she was having troubles with her back yesterday and had to go to the ER. So, sweetheart, we hope you're better this morning. All right. And check out the work of Animal Eye's artist, Roll Cruz, at artstation.com/Roll Cruise. Michaela J says, I have some drugs. Well, you're fine then. No, I have some drugs and some other things. We were thinking kidney stones, but no. Their theory is, I'm not sharing it here, but don't worry, nothing too serious. Would you PM me so I could worry about you properly on that? And Joe Dog McKeel says, say hello to Dockery Stoker for me at DeadCon. Seriously, this guy is literary royalty. I will try to do that, Joe Dog. I will try to do that. I hope I can get away from my table. Actually, I hope I'm too busy to get away from my table. But Anthony Bavo says, I'm going to DeadCon to see you there, Brian. It would be so damn awesome to see you. Going to be so damn cool. I know it. I'm looking forward to seeing you, brother. It's going to be fun, and I will have Cookie with me all weekend too. So we're gonna have some good times there, and plus I've got some friends there. It's going to be fun. Just try to keep me away from the dealer room. Anyway, Comics Talk fans saying, yes, you made them mods, but they do not drop links, only doing half the job. They aren't here for everyone's pleasure. They're here to have fun too. Don't put them to work, Pops, okay? Don't volunteer them too. And check out DeviantArt Philly Phil Art for his cover and all the good stuff. And for Phil Thompson, Cindy Cap, check out the vintage cartoonist of the artwork of Bill Sarton Art 76 on Facebook. And what are the restrictions for DeadCon? I don't know what you mean by restrictions. I know that they did post on their website behavior from the fans around the celebrities, in that it's, hold on. Oh, we're getting I'll put it over there. I'll make it easy on you. We're getting a refill for you ASMR fans. Anyway, thank you, sweetie. That's okay. Thank you, sweetheart. That gives them a character. Thanks, love.
You're welcome.
Love you, honey.
Love you.
You can bring me coffee. Anyway, but I know the celebrity, there was a thing on the celebrity saying that as far as COVID goes, everyone's to wear a mask around the celebrities unless the celebrity is not wearing a mask themselves. And you are not to put your arms around them or to shake their hands or touch or make any sort of physical contact. All photos will be side by side. And just generally, if the celebrity has personal restrictions, you are to respect them. Now, I assume that's what you're talking about. I haven't seen anything that we will be required to wear masks. I probably will, because just don't feel safe out there. I really don't. Yummy, honey. You're welcome. Thank you. Cinnamon, pumpkin spice. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, I can't drop links every time I mention my convention website. YouTube blocks it. Well, screw them. And Pops, even the mods don't see links that you try to post. Sorry. Yeah, no idea what's going on. It's like Instagram. You might as well give up on the links. Facebook is your best bet on that one. Now in Kindle mode with nothing but a sword under her wing and her wits, Adia Dace races towards the continent to deliver evidence of a coup in the works from Amazon. Check that book out. It sounds good. I will gotta have it. And I have a group for people to post their projects in and still get DMs. Back my book, or will you share it out? Put in my group. That is why it is there. Yes, talk to Pops. But I'm getting people I've never heard of, who've obviously heard of me. Well, I had one guy. He first asked to be my friend 5 years ago. 5 years ago, because I checked. And he sent me a DM like within minutes saying, "Hey, put this on your page and all your social media, because I've got this project and I need to get it done. So, put it on all your social media and send it out on your newsletters and everything." And I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't know this project. For all I know, it's like, I've got this great, this thing on torture porn. Would you please, promote me? And then I hear from him the other day, and it's like, almost insisting that I put his video up on all my social media, and I just went ahead and blocked him. It's like, if people can't take the time to send out a note and say, "Hey, would you mind doing this? Would you please help me promote?" I might consider it. Or if they send me a friend request, I might consider that. If I do, I do accept, people that reach out from the writing community, because they've got fewer resources than comics creators, believe me. But I got one this morning. I never heard of the guy, and he's not even a "Hi, I'm so and so. How are you? Are you doing well today?" And I think it was just kind of rude, and I think it's kind of presumptuous to send a total stranger a link and then expect them to promote you. And Masks for DeadCon, as far as I know, but anything beyond that, I don't know. That's fine. I don't mind, because I've been at some conventions where we had masks and still people caught it. So, and we were trying to be careful, and people ranting DM are the worst. Do you get that too, Mike Jimmy? I think it's a sign that maybe I am becoming less obscure than I think I am. But just the same, it's rude as hell, I think. When I started reaching out to authors I respected in this industry, both comics and in prose, I just wanted to follow them and pick up any wisdom they might give. I mean, I was on Bobby Nash's page long before we started conversing and becoming friends. Same with Jim Beard, John, and John Bruning and all. And it's like, and Ron Fortier, of course, Rob Davis and I knew each other pre-internet, but no, I was following these people just because I wanted to, see how they were doing, see if they had any new work out, and just involving myself in conversations later, because that's what Facebook and the interwebs are about usually. But I wouldn't go, if I were, like, I know some people from Prose Press that I'm not on their friends list, but I would feel very presumptuous to contact so-and-so and say, "Hey, I just got this new book out. Put it on all your social media," or just send them a link. And it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? And there is Cindy. She has been there for a while, Pops. And volunteer time off, 2 work days you must use. Oh, 2. Okay. Where I used to work, we had something called vacation time off. And it was one of those things where you had to, okay, thanks, Michaela. I can see why you didn't want to say anything. I just got notice from the Google Chrome about it. I'm sorry I'm laughing, sweetheart. The pain is real. I love you. And I hope I'll reply later. Anyway, no, we had something called vacation time off, which was when you, your vacation time would kind of cap, and you couldn't accrue anymore until you whittled some of that time down. And so occasionally we would take vacation days just to make sure we could keep staying under that level. I remember when I worked for public broadcasting for the University of Illinois, and my first day there, the university was in a tizzy. They were losing their poop, because one tenured professor basically that morning said, "I have accrued enough vacation time. I am taking the next year off." And he said, "I'm not showing up today. I'll see you in 365 days." And the university lost their minds about it. That somebody had built up 1 year's worth of vacation time and was using it with no notice. And so rules went immediately into effect. But volunteer time off is really cool, though. I like that. I'm big on volunteering. And Carl, you have to post them. We can't. You don't give orders here, Pops. Okay, I don't even order Carl around. I know better than that. Only Donna can do that. And this is part of what a wrench does. Okay. And Johnny Pica, hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. Good morning to you, Citizen Pica. Hope you are well this morning. Check out the Back of the Cereal Box Network on YouTube. And mods on other channels can post links. Might be a setting needs fixed. It ain't broken, Pops. Okay. And BKM, not Medicaid, Medicare. I am your health insurance expert. That's the day job, and I can guide you. I'm just calling everything the wrong thing this morning, John. I think I am beyond your care is what it is. I need more café. Oh, pumpkin spice all year round. And especially in Tennessee. Well, I'll move in Tennessee. Maybe I'll be healthier there. And now in Kindle mode, Thomas is sent to negotiate a treaty on a world besieged by biological warfare that neither faction has technology for. His only help is the doctor. He's sure he killed his last partner. Check that out there. I bet that's one of your books, and I hope so. And Pop, see my DM. It's probably and probably the words dry and sideways are in there too. And since you mentioned it, www.johnpica.com. That's why I mentioned it, John, because I take care of my people, and you're one of them. And trying this, Facebook, and there we go, Crom Madness. Now lay off, Pops. And there you go. You can link things. And morning all. Hello, Eric. How are you this morning? Eric was in fine form last night on Comic Book Spectrum. Please check out the show where he reviewed the Nebulizer. And we made Brian Rodman very happy. Enjoying the Comic Madness success. There you go. Now, there you go, Pops. Are you happy now? All right. And last night, I debuted my new Haunted Magic show, 7 days, 4 shows per night, all sold out. I'll see it at HoloCon. Excellent. And I am the guest of honor at HoloCon this year. I am greatly honored to be that. And I'm looking forward to being there. We are going to have a splendid time. That's going to be in Dalton, Georgia, at the Econo Lodge, 1507 Tibbs Road in Dalton, Georgia. It's going to be a good time. I will be down there with all my stuff. It's going to be, and I may be able to premiere not just one, but 2 books down there. One I'm not in, but I'm in the second one. More details to come. Anyway, get all drunked up before Ryan's show could be good. Carl, I'm telling you, this is what we would call in PBS good TV. That's kind of an industry term. It's like, like when the weatherman spontaneously combusts. That's good TV. So, and now in Kindle mode, Ursulon 1, like Hurting the Wind. I love that title. Like Hurting the Wind. That's awesome. When criminals attack a small Texas town, Ed Osborne contacts his adopted mom, a Eshuvani police and rescue captain for help. And Cindy, I'm so glad to see you promoting your own stuff. You do so wicked much for the rest of us that I'm glad to see. Please, folks, I would like you right now, even if you don't think you'll ever read them, order Cindy's books for what she does for the community. She does so much to promote me and everyone else on here that I think it's high time that we turn around and give her some love. And many of her books are on sale on Amazon. So please, please, please check them out. And Cindy, I want to get some from you when we see each other at the Indie Author Book Expo on Black Friday and what is it? Would it be whatever the Saturday is nicknamed? We'll be there Friday and Saturday from 11 to 5 inside one of the stores at the West Valley Mall in West Des Moines, Iowa. It's going to be a good time, and all the cool kids will be there. And Mike Jimmy Lorsha de Bruin says in 3 hours, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be inking with my awesome buddy Rich Parada over at his channel, The Richness. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And I'll be doing a Black Friday art auction. Well, we'll be doing book sales. It's going to be fun. And Facebook events. Thank you, Carl Witzman. And board game fans, horrified American monsters? Yes, there is a sheep squatch. Well, I think we've answered that burning question. And also now in Kindle mode, Ursulon 2 Into the Open. With the help of a neighboring station, Amaya and Ed prepare to protect dignitaries from well-equipped criminals. That sounds good. And CromCon 18, and now you got Facebook and YouTube covered. There we go. And all this link posting is cutting into my solitaire time. Pops, you owe Carl. You owe Carl. and Michaela joins me in laughter. And there's that other comment dump. Comment dump. And here we go. We're going to get back to it. We got to wait. This song's in the public domain. And good morning, all. Amy Hale. Mwah. Love you, Amy. Hope you are doing well this morning. And sorry you won't be with us at the Indie Author Book Expo. And Michaela, if you're feeling up to it, I think that might be a good event for you. It's our own Jen Thompson running the extravaganza. We got to talk to Kathy Jackson. Maybe she can make it up there. We have to make this so. But anyway, Cindy Cap Animal Eye #1 is out. Get it at that link there, plus a lot of cool merch. My coffee cup, I keep it by my bedside in case I want a drink of water in the middle of the night. I keep it by my nighttime clock. So anyway, Cindy Cap writes a brilliant stuff. And Animal Eye #1 is one of the. I put it up there with the Nebulizer, Memoirs of an Angel, and Zombie for World of Oz. She did such a great show. Yeah, CromCon is a troll. I'm starting to realize that. Everyone mentioned me to the promoter at DeadCon so I could get a press pass next year. Okay, I happen to know the promoter personally. Yeah, if you get something from CromCon, you might want to reconsider. I'd block him if I were you. Anyway, so yeah, I've got you covered, Pops. No problem. Anyway, Cindy Camp says Victoria's book is fascinating. Joe book is fascinating. I help with the editing on that. Oh, that's right. I forgot that. Yeah, it's a very, very scholarly book, it sounds like, but it sounds, Job is one of the more interesting personalities of the Bible. I mean, look, there is somebody, it's like, I'm hungover this morning. Yeah, well, you don't have boils. It's like, here's a person that never lost faith despite all the hardships he underwent. And there is like super, super lessons for the rest of us. And BKM says, John B. Pica, here, I'm going to get schooled now. I only heard part of the conversation, but you need to get Medicare Part B and a Plan G and Plan D. Part A is not enough. It is only hospitalization or covers 80%, so you are responsible for 20% with no stopgap. There's no stopgap. I realize that, and I know that, but I have the other stuff through my wife's employer, so I'm covered. So anyway, I do have a cap of sorts with the kind of coverage my wife has. So, because we went over it with an insurance professional, as everyone should when they turn 65. And I know who that is. That is the beautiful and charming and delightful and lovely Keisha Acuff, Acuff Creations on YouTube. I was trying to remember the name of your channel. Please check it out and subscribe. And she is a great broadcaster and a darling. I love you. I love it. Thank you for being here. And Too Late Carl's all in now. You say it this time, but don't be abusing my mods, okay? Bob's all right. And what do you call a single vampire? A bachelor. Bachelor. I saw bachelor. I guess my new glasses need new glasses. Anyway, Cindy, a bachelor. Thank you, Cindy. That's great. And Skunk Rock says, personally, I feel like if art ever becomes a chore, you just got to pull a Rick Sanchez, pour gasoline on it, light a match, and say, everyone out, I'm bored now. Well, art should be fun. Art should never be a task. Of course, there again is the art we do for commercial reasons, and then the art we do for ourselves. My art is, fortunately, even if I'm working for someone else, it's for me. And anything else, I've written advertising. Oh man. If y'all hire me as a writer, y'all would be grateful. I don't charge you my advertising rate. My advertising rate is pretty nasty. I get more than most if I were to write advertising, I get more than a lot of auto mechanics or computer repair people. It's just that I dislike it so much it's not worth it. Because, boy, howdy, you think you have rewrites with a novel? You haven't lived till you've written copy for Coca-Cola. Okay. And Willow Skyler says, tune in tomorrow to Back of the Cereal Box. I will try Blueberry cereal for the first time. I will give my review of it live on the show. Oh, Blueberry is good stuff. I'll tell you what else is pretty good. I love bagged cereals. I love those bagged cereals now you can get at the supermarket. And like their frosted mini wheats are every bit as good as the Kellogg's. And they also, our Kroger makes one. I think it's Kroger, but they have one that's s'mores. It tastes like s'mores. It's delicious. I just don't generally eat that kind of cereal more often than not, because I generally try to eat like oatmeal or grits or something a little healthier. And my favorite cereal is oatmeal, but the oatmeal has to have cooked for hours. It's like no texture. It's old person's food, okay? But I love that stuff because the flavor of the oatmeal is so rich. It is so deep that it is almost a blessing to eat. And I top it with some brown sugar or some maple syrup, some butter, and maybe some dried cranberries or raisins. And that's breakfast. Then a little bit of toast, maybe some bacon, and it's good for me. I should have it. Maybe it'll sweep out my veins or whatever. And Facebook user, you're never late. You are on time whenever you arrive. I'm so glad to see you here. John B. Pica, and do not fall for the Medicare Advantage plans. That is snake oil. I agree. I took a look at that, and I'm like, pull the other one. It's got a bell on it. Yeah, and there are a lot of, and John, I think you'll agree with me, there's a lot of snake oil out there when it comes to Medicare planning. And the problem is that, you go into it, I think most people go into it not knowing what they don't know. So it's really tough to get the proper level of care. And, and it's part of being an American, unfortunately, where even though you're on these plans and you're retired, your costs just keep going up, and up and up and up to the, because I was talking about with my representative, and we just figured there is a point after which you kind of price yourself out of the market. We don't need death panels. There's just a certain point where you have to say, I can't afford insurance anymore. Let the chips fall where they may. Fortunately, in my case, here's the thing. I don't want to live forever. I really don't. There are some days at 65, I'm like, okay, take angel of death. Where does I embrace? I've got a number of physical ailments. And it's like, if one of them doesn't do me in, it's going to be painful enough. I wish they would. And also there's a certain amount of the way the world is. How long do I want to be a part of it? I'm not going to take myself out. I promise. That's not hardwired anymore. There was a time when it was, but I'm beyond that now. I've evolved past that, fortunately. But, I just remember my great grandfather. It was 1971. I remember distinctly, and I love my great grandfather. I get a certain amount of my attitude from him. He had gone beyond it's kind of like that cartoon about, you look at this deserted field, and he goes, that is my field and it lies fallow. And I get a little bit, I probably get a lot of it from him. His give a damn broke even before I was born. It broke back in the 1920s. It was great. But we sat down, and he said in 1971, he said, I can remember the Old West. I can remember Victorian and Victorian times. I can remember a time when there was no running water inside your house. Even then, he had a pump inside his kitchen sink. Okay. He said, I can remember we didn't have electricity. We didn't have street lamps. We didn't have automobiles or airplanes or television or even radio when I was a kid. He said, now it's 1971, and I see all this stuff. I'm glad you like him, Pops. I see that. Thank you, brother. You would have loved my grandfather. He was amazing. My great-grandfather, rather. But anyway, he told me, he said, with all that's happened in my life, I can't see anything else worth looking forward to. I've seen it all. And then I think about 1971 to 2021, 60, well, what would it be? 40 years? Yeah, 40, no, 50 years, excuse me, 50 years. And how far our society has changed. The internet, you know, the back in his day, it would have cost a major paycheck to call somebody on the other side of the world. Now I have a device. We all have, I'm sure every one of us watching have a device we can fit into our back pocket. We have access to virtually every bit of information ever created. If we have a question, we can get it answered in seconds. We can, check in on people, and we know exactly what time it is, and it can even take our pulse, and we can watch television, movies on it. And I can call, if I wanted to call Mike Jimmy Delorcia, I could do it. And it wouldn't cost me any more than calling my next door neighbor. I wouldn't have to special dial in for anything. I was thinking just this week, we were talking about nostalgia and how, like, in my area, if you wanted to call in town, you just dialed, instead of 7 digits, you dialed digits 3 through 7. Like, if I wanted to call my mother, it'd be 22319. If I wanted to call someone in the area code, I would have to put a 1 in front of the 7 numbers. If I wanted to call anyone else, it'd be 1 area code, then the 7 numbers. And now it's just, I can pick up the phone. I want to call Domino's. I just call 7 digits and there it is. Or I always dial the area code anyway. So so things have changed. Things have changed, and I only want to go so far with it. I really do. After that, I don't know if my physical shell will be up to the tasks I would need. So anyway, Mike Jimmy Delorcia, my writer for Life on Core number 4, just received her comp copies. Pretty sure she's crying happy tears on her first comic publication. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, man. How does that feel, Mike Jimmy, to be able to provide a blessing like that for someone else, huh? That's rising tide, my brother. That is rising tide in its purest form. So, yeah, that's awesome. That is great. That's a great thing. We've had some highs and lows on this show this morning, haven't we? Cindy Cap asks us, what do owls say when they go trick-or-treating? Happy Halloween. Love it. And what did the left eye say to the right eye? Between you and me, something smells. Thank you, Ace Bonnie. And Cindy Cap says, what kind of pants do ghosts wear? A boo jeans. Oh my gosh, you two are awesome. And where do ghosts go to use their booths? The Erie. Where do ghosts use their boats? Excuse me. I need StreamYard, get me a better typeface. Where do ghosts use their boats? The Erie Canal. Cool. And cool, I do not pay much attention to the celebs. I'm an Artist Alley kind of guy. I don't either. I really don't either. There's only a few celebs I would actually pay money to get a moment with. Not many of them. And I'm with you. I would rather go talk to an author. I'd rather go talk to some comic people. People closer to my level, I think that'd be a lot more fun. Actually, I want to be with I talk to you guys. Pops deigns to talk to us. This is good. In my case, probably. I love you, Pops. You know I love you. In a manly sort of way. And City Cap, who are cousins of the werewolves? A what wolf and when wolf. Oh, okay. I get that. That's good. And don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Yes, we have a PayPal.me account, and you can, if you are interested, you can go. Where do we have it? It's in our. That's not it. And here we go. If you enjoy what you see and hear, please considering leaving a tip for us at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. We don't promote it often. We'd rather promote our Patreon page where you get all kinds of good stuff. But if you do send us a little something, we promise that it goes only to this show, and we will thank you in private. If you want us to thank you publicly, we will do you. But anyway, John B. Pica says YouTube does not allow you to post links and comments unless they are YouTube links. Yeah, and Facebook will suppress your message if you post anything that goes outside of of Facebook. I learned this about 2 years ago because I was doing some experiments with my broadcasting, and I was using my views on my broadcast as the barometer. And John, I'm sure it's as unscientific as can be, but that's all the tools I had at hand at the time. Now I've got analytics, and that helps. If only I'd learned how to read them. But anyway, I found that I would get like 1/10 of the viewers when I promoted, say, watching on YouTube. Now backlinks help. That kind of gives you a little strength, a little defense against Facebook. But Facebook's just like Walmart. They don't want you to leave. They want you to get everything you can from them. That's why YouTube has a faux version of Zoom. That's why they have instant messengers, which is not unique to Facebook. And I have to say, especially after last Monday, I would, if there were a platform that were as, at least even half as viable as Facebook as far as reach, I would go there. I would probably give less emphasis to Facebook. And hashtag bring Cookie home. We got to bring Cindy home too to do this full time. And sign for Rising Tides newsletter. Thank you, Cindy. You can sign up at my newly redesigned newsletter webpage at www.risingtide.pub and check out what Damian Waldron did for me. And he can do it for you too. I gleefully recommend his services. Thank you, Cindy. Love you. And John B. Pica, YouTube does not allow you to post links and comments unless they're YouTube links. Okay. And okay, we got that. Okay, cool. And patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for terrors and other fun stuff. And once you're done there, drop a couple dollars at www.patreon.com/CKOEPP.com, because she also is giving us a glance into the words of freelance words and all kinds of good stuff. She's a great writer. Oh my gosh, she makes that look easy. And I just delete all Facebook friend requests now unless they are someone from here. Spammers and scammers everywhere. I let them follow me, but that's fine. You follow me all you want, but I'm not out to friend whore. I'm nearing 2,600 people, and I don't have contact with, even a quarter of them. I don't know who 3/4 of them are. But I just don't want to get rid of them wholesale, because if they're following me, that's fine. If they get something from what I do, that's fine. But every now and then I do clear them out. Especially if they, I find out they're involved in spreading disinformation, like we've seen not just the last couple of years, but, let's be honest, going back to 2016, all right? And I've cleared out a number of them. I've kept a few because I like them personally, but if I don't know them, but I get a lot of, and I have to blame the comics community. There are a number of people who I have found they get on, they reach out, want to be my friend. That's fine. Okay, fine. And the next thing I know, they are tagging me in every damn thing. And or they are trying to post on my page when I didn't give permission. In a perfect world, Rising Tide Publications would be all for the people that want to follow me as a writer, and my personal page would be my personal page. In fact, there are many times I'm thinking I should just start my page all over again. In fact, I was talking to Brian Rodman, and he said, he got hacked a couple years ago, about a year ago or so. And he said that was a blessing in disguise because it allowed him to start his friends list all over again. And he just basically now has the people that he genuinely cares about on there. So, that's something to think about. Mike Jimmy Lorcia de Bruin says, the first thing I asked you regarding promotions and sponsoring was your rates for a reason, Brian. Your time is as valuable as my own, and I wouldn't do anything for free either. Well, after, when you first start giving it away, Mike Jimmy, is not a bad thing because you got to build your resume. But, and I appreciate that. I really do. And vice versa, man. It's like, I know you are busy. Dude, you are so busy. And you're busy putting out great stuff for the right reasons. And, it's the same thing. If I wanted to ask anything of you, I would have to respect your time. Not just your talent, but your time. So, yeah. Love you, man. Seriously, Mike Jimmy, I love you. And when we start Clever Title Pending back up again, you're gonna get the tap on the shoulder, I promise. And someone take notes for me, says Joe Dog McKinley. Been back in a few. And patreon.com/CKOEPP for Animal Eye updates and Proxygian press tales, including the completed freelance words. I am so looking forward to that, Cindy. Please check out what she does, okay? There's Keisha Cup. I have someone message me on a weekly basis pushing his book that I told him I bought over a year ago. And I would say every time they do that to you, say, can I have your home address? And tear out take one page out of the book, tear it up, and send it back to him. That'll do it. Amy Hale says, that's one of my biggest pet peeves about social media, demanding entitled messages from strangers expecting you to promote them. I get them often. And like I said, Amy, I'm sure it is, if we were obscure, if we weren't making any sort of impact in this community, then I'm sure it would be different, that they wouldn't care if we were out there. But the fact is, you promote. You are the angel of promotion. You're great at it. And although I know we both feel we don't do enough to help ourselves. But anyway, you do so much, and you're prominent in your community. You do so much good. And everyone wants to latch onto your mojo. And, I don't mind helping people. I love helping people. Like earlier, that's part of my therapy is I help other people. But when people come to expect it of you, I keep saying that the rising tide has its limits. You have to put into it to get out of it. And there is a certain, there are people, with bad intentions, people, and Amy, we know someone with bad hair that, was the same way. What are you doing for me? What are you doing for me? I expect you to do this for me. And I have that all the time. And I, even if they're friends, I'm starting to push back against it, because you need to put in to get out from it. You need to invest yourself in it to really get the rewards for a rising tide. It's karma, people. Study karma. All right. And yeah, I get it. I've got somebody I don't want to be rude to people, but by the same token, I'm certainly not going to help them. And I, just the idea, well, here's my link. In which case, here's my middle finger. Anyway, Cindy Cap says, Snow Kidding. These are cool books. Go to check out Bobby Nash's stuff on Amazon. Yeah, definitely get the Snow series. If you like crime adventure, that is good stuff. It's got humor, it's got action, and check out the Snow shorts. I wrote the fourth one. And from the Desk of the Small Press Publisher, sorry, late to the show again. From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher, Joe D. McPhee on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. You are never late. You are fashionably late. I know it's the 9 to 5, but I'm glad to see you here. And man, do you ever sleep? Daryl Shaw, no, I don't. No, I don't sleep. I pass out. That's what happened last night when we were talking. Or Cookie drags me away from the keyboard saying, you're done. Go to bed. But anyway, Daryl Shaw, glad to see you and glad you're in better health, sir. Seriously. And I'm at 584 subs. Brian is still at 625. I'm sneaking up on you. 625, I lost one. Damn it. Anyway. Oh, let's check. Am I at 625? I guess I lost one. I pissed somebody off. Oh, well. What else is new, right? So let's see. No, I'm at 626. Ha ha ha. Still one step ahead of you. Anyway, no, and Michaela, she needs to pass me up. She's 40 people away. She was 50. Now she's 40. She's going to catch me. And yes, I am happy now. Well, good, Pops. That's all that matters. And 465 sneaking up on you both. Okay, Michaela, we've got to stay ahead. We got to keep Pops humble. we got to let him know who the get it, Pops. That's right. No, actually, Pops, you know the drill. Michaela and I will be the loudest to cheer for you when you pass us up. And hoping Joe Dog got my panel/workshop request. I'm just letting Joe. I'm as a guest of honor. I'm just letting Joe Dog do with me as he will. Take that how you will. But yeah, he's we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun in HoloCon. I'm hoping to do at least one panel a day. So maybe not on Friday. because that's going to be like a short day. But I want to party with the rest of you dudes and dudettes, all right? And good Friday morning, everyone, for Jessica Johnson. Mwah, love you, hon. Love you and Lonnie. It was so good to see you guys at BirdCon last weekend. That you helped make my weekend. And Heroes for Kids out of Perryville, Missouri. Check that page out on Facebook. That is a group out of southeastern Missouri that are using their super cosplay powers to benefit the kids in the community. So check out their stuff and keep them busy, all right? And also, they have a Heroes for Kids Comic-Con coming up in 2022. I will be there. I got to get the paperwork to you. And it's good stuff. It is a great, great show. And part of the proceeds go to a children's-based charity and also a local charity. It's worth supporting. Your support of that supports a lot of other people. And since I can post links, says Carl Witzman, let's talk about Ryan Permison. Check out his YouTube channel. And Cindy is a beautiful person. She is, Keisha, and so are you. I am blessed to have wonderful people around me because I'm awful. Anyway, and another comment dump there. We're going to get this. I tell you, Joe Dog, we got to get, this is something we got to get StreamYard on this. And now he is getting in the spirit of it. Promote thyself, Carl. Yes, please. And I should do it for anyone who buys me a drink. Okay, let's send Carl a drink. You could do like that ko-fi.com coffee, where for the price of a Starbucks coffee, you get the money. You ought to do something like lk-hol.com. Write this down, Carl. I'm marketing gold here. And for the price of a shot of, they could do like a shot of whiskey, shot of bourbon, shot of vodka, whatever, and send you a little money, and then you turn around, buy hooch with it. I'm telling you, this is a great thing. And Carl, do I need to send Kraken? Yes, I have to say, when I did when I was at non-con a few weeks ago, we were at Cookie and I went to the packaged liquor store and got some stuff. I just got a message here. Amazon plans Indiana warehouse center employing 1,000, and this is from Reddit, and somebody says we're going to need more piss bottles. I think you can buy them on Amazon now. Anyway, that's the scheme. But anyway, no, yeah, we found, I found it because Cookie wasn't looking. The bottle of Kraken Attacks Ohio, and I almost bought that. And she's like, "No, you haven't." I got the Illinois and Indiana. I still haven't gotten into them yet. So you can't have it. So it's like, so we bought Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol mint. That's good stuff. I love that. We got to get some ice cream and put that on there. And John B. Pica says, "Hey, gang, I don't know what changed with the Facebook algorithm, but I still can't advertise because Facebook jail. But our Back of the Cereal Box videos are getting as many as 24,000 viewers. That is getting under the skin of a certain someone." Well, John, what I found this week, I was trying to post a promotion for someone, and I made it was right after Monday. Where Facebook's going down, kind of screwed with this show because of the links that StreamYard had with it. And I was live on the air, but I made some sort of snotty comment and Facebook wouldn't let my post go through. So we are getting under Facebook's skin. And like I said, if there was anything better, I would go somewhere. As it is, I'm I know I should be spending some money like you do, John, on Facebook advertising, but I'm kind of hesitant. It's one of those things that I see people in the creative community who think they're bigger than they are. Not just me. And anyway, they're kind of snotty to other people or treat them badly, as if they have some sort of entitlement to do so. And I always tell people, I keep an eye on people who are on the lower rungs of the ladder and see how they treat their peers. Because I think they deserve a little bit of it themselves, and they need a little mid-course corrections. And it's one of those things where you judge a person by how he treats the least of you. And when I see somebody like Facebook basically saying, well, we're not going to do you any favors. We're a free speech platform. We're not going to do you any favors till you pony up some money. that kind of gets under my skin. So anyway, get what you can. We all need a hustle. I agree, Pops fans, and we do. But John, I think you know what I'm talking about. I judge, I'm being judgmental, yes, but Facebook is becoming more and more less of a free speech platform than it is to, basically their goal is to line their pockets. Of course, this is from a this is from a website that originally started as a, judging women by how hot they were. So, but anyway, good morning to John Scarborough. John, a pleasure as always to have you here, my friend. And John is part of Stupid O'Clock on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night, and also a valuable part of Dan Hollifield's I almost said back of the cereal box. I'm still looking at John's comments. The part of the Rising Tide Network, and also part of Last Man Standing, which is Dan Hollifield. And it's great stuff. And John, we're glad to have you here this morning. Hope all is going well. And Dacre Stoker is awesome. He is a great guy and wonderful to talk to. I'll have to make my acquaintance with him then. Sounds cool. Get his business card or something. And okay, back. Okay, everybody, behave now. Joe Don't Be Kills back. And Pops Van Sant views us with laughter. And Indie Author Book Expo in the former Yonkers space in Valley West Mall on Turkey Day weekend. I shall be there on the Saturday with books, dragons, anthologies, comics, and possibly some holiday stuffs. I definitely want to go through your comic book box. I really do. And no, that's not code, people. Get it out of the gutter. Anyway, but no, it's going to be a good time. We will be at the Valley West Mall on Black Friday and the day afterwards from 11 to 5. I will be there and hoping we can get some Nevermorians to come visit us. And love you, Mike Jimmy. And John B. Pica, Pops, do you have a media kit to share with cons? That's how you get a press pass. Yeah. Yeah, and if you can point to a web, I got into C2E2 one time for a press pass because I was actively writing for Tomorrows at the time, and I could post links back to what I did. It's one of those things. I was talking to somebody else that they said, "Well, I did this horror thing. Can I get into DeadCon? Maybe get a table for a discount?" I told them, "You're welcome to try. I don't know if it'll work, but cons get so big they don't have to give discounts." So Michaela, maybe just let me help with that other issue. And Brian mocks me, but he loves me. I do, Pops, and you tease me too, so don't think it doesn't go both ways. I do love you, Pops, and I love your mission, man. That's why we're here to help you. And Carl. And Scott Cracker says, John, when open enrollment rolls back around, can I ask you to explain this crap to me so that I know what coverage to get? The confusion was part of the reason I didn't get coverage. Well, you can at least get minimal coverage, and you should also, I know enough, thanks to Cookie, that you also have to look at, sometimes it's a balance between short-term care and possible hospitalization for, if you have issues. But it's easy to spend your entire paycheck on healthcare, that's for sure. So yeah, you need somebody, and definitely talk to John. I've learned a lot from that man. I really have, in so many ways, and they're all good. And I'm now getting finished art for Animal Eye 2. Very cool stuff. The script for 3 is in the works. Cindy, I'm looking forward to that so much. You are awesome. You really are. And Scott Carter says, if I had more time to ask questions and look over the paperwork, Anthony Grumble telling me at the last minute open enrollment was happening. Argle bargle, I know. Yeah, I got the thing for, it's just like I just signed up for Medicaid, a while back, and just earlier this year, and then just last week I got the thing for 2020, the book for 2022, and I'm like, oh hell, I gotta go through this again. And BKM, you need to be on the show to talk about your demented views of cereal. I mean, oatmeal, really? Yes, oatmeal. It's good for you, and it tastes good, but it's one of those things that's kind of like most pancakes, where the flavor comes from all the crap you put on it that makes it unhealthy. So, no, John, we have a friend who, most of the time I'm at a show, John. Otherwise, I would love to be on your programs. I really would. But most of the time I have a show, or I'm in the middle of like a writing or editing job in the evenings, and I barely have time for my shows. But I would love to be on back of the cereal box. Now, the thing is, I don't do it in my pajamas. I only own the bottom pair of one. Are you laughing at me, woman? There's a lot of things I can't do in pajamas. And you ought to be grateful. And every now and then I think she's not listening. I hope that... Foolish mortal, she says. I hope the microphone picked that up. Just keep your accursed F-bombs to yourself, potty mouth. Did you hear that? Fire truck. It begins with an F and ends with a UCK, right? Uh-huh. Close the door, woman. Anyway, but no, I do like certain types of dry cereal. I like frosted honey wheats. I like them when they're good and soaked, but they still have the sugar coating on them. And I do love the sugary cereals, which explains my manly girth. But and I do admit, and I hope, and I know Cookie will be hearing this because I don't want her to hear it. Many's a night when she's at work, and I'm thinking, what's for dinner? Oh, cereal. So yeah, I'm sure what? You heard that? I knew that too. Well, that's true. You did know that. Yeah, because she'll come home and say, "What'd you have for dinner, Brian?" I had frosted mini wheats or some more cereal. I'm sorry. It's like me. It's cheap and it's easy. So anyway, so yeah, John, John, if my con season is ending soon. Let's make a date. Let's put it together. Maybe Cookie will let me have a Saturday off and I can be on John's show. Anyway, we're moving on. Eric Hawkins says, so you eat oatmeal isn't bad for you until you load it up with all those toppings. Yeah, pretty much. About 3 inches of maple syrup. No, actually there's a lot of good stuff, and I have seen people do savory oatmeal. That's not my bag. I like the sweet more than I like savory. But no, I like doctoring my oatmeal. I also like making it with flavor extracts. Like I might drop a little bit of almond extract in there, or I've had mint extract, man. That's good stuff. That'll perk you up in the morning. And insurance is the most undereducated subject in America. That's why my agency is first an advocacy organization. That's true. That it should be that way. And that's why I would appreciate you. If I lived in Tennessee, man, you'd be my man as far as insurance goes. And I'm fortunate enough to find somebody in this area who their business has been built so well that they don't care if I'm a customer or not. But she's a dear friend. Isabel, if you're watching, I love you. And we've become friends through the thing we do the third Friday of the month, which is kind of like an entrepreneurs meeting. And if anyone's ever in this area, I'd invite most of you to join. It's not, people come into the group and think that we're investors or something. We had some guy come in, and it was funny because he said, "Oh, I've got this great money-making idea. I'm looking for investors." And we're like, "Well, we're not quite an investor group. We're business practices more than money." And he's like, "Oh, you're going to get in on this, but I can't tell you what it is." And we're all like, "What?" And he told a little bit to about 3 of us in the group. And unfortunately, he didn't realize we all talk to each other. And so we pieced together. And it was basically, it was when the video slot thing was starting up in the Midwest. And his idea was he would set up a pretty girl in a short skirt and basically a boob hammock to play the games for the patrons. And we're all like, this isn't just lame. They could get a sticker that lets them park next to the front door of any reputable business. It's like, this is dumb, It's, we just couldn't see it. Fortunately, he didn't last long in the group. And now I'm hungry, says Sarah. Sarah, taking you down my crazy stairs, you love my staircase began. And if you want to think that's code, that's fine. But no, yeah, the staircase that led to the thing that assaulted me. So yes, I do love your staircase because it leads to your bedroom, Sarah. Sarah, make of that what you will, people. And Comics Talk with Boss Man Satan, she just tripped now listening to it. And I just started a new arms routine last week, and my shoulders are screaming at me right now. I hope to adjust to it soon. Yeah, after I got this, 65 years, I finally got this advice. When you get shots, sometimes they hurt, and mine's a 10. Mine's tender. On a pain scale of 10, it's like a 0.4. Okay, it's it doesn't hurt until I do this. So don't do it, Brian. But the nurse recommended something. When you get a shot and you have problems with your arm, just work your arm, because it helps the blood flow and the lymph drain out of there, and it's just a really good thing to do. And so I've been doing that, and I've had a lot less trouble. When I got my pneumonia shot a few months ago, I realized sometimes I come downstairs and part of the muscular control is breaking. So I'll start out slow, and then by the time I'm practically sprinting by the time I get down to the steps because of my bad knees. And I would shoulder check myself at the turn at the bottom of the steps. Well, I did that a couple times with my hurting arm, and I thought, there's got to be another way, and I found it. And Eric Hawkins says, take a look at the nutritional value on a sugary cereal than a so-called healthy cereal, and in most cases, the sugary one is better for you, even though it still isn't good for you. Yeah, there's a lot more. Some of them can't match the fiber, although unless you get something like Cheerios or Frosted Mini Wheats have plenty of fiber. Oh my gosh, you don't know how much reading I get done when I have my Frosted Mini Wheats. So anyway, John B. Pica, I can advise anyone watching where you are and help them understand. Yes, I had to complete college level classes and certification to be able to do it. And that's why we ask you, John. We know you've done the homework. You've put in the time, my friend. It's just like, me, I tell people I'm a Google certified rocket surgeon. So it's like, I know more about copyright and trademark than most people, but I always tell people who want serious advice that you need to consult with a copyright attorney. I can take you so far, but after that, when you want things that you can make bank on, you need to talk to a legal person. And Cindy Kep says, the good news is I have new and better information about food rotation, much less complicated. The bad news is I have new information about food rotation. I have to reconfigure menus again. It'll be a pain, but fewer problems, so I'll get it done. We have to do that all the time in this family, again, Cookie has some food limitations, not as many as you do, Cindy, God knows. But, we have to deal with it too. So we understand. In fact, there was a time I wanted to do a blog about food because of course, this was when Cookie was discovering her food allergies. And we have a friend out of Chicago, an actress friend of mine. She's a lovely lady, but she's got, was it celiac, whatever, but yeah, celiac. Yeah. And she's got it to the degree she had like a couple bites of commercial ice cream, and she was in the ER. She is like super sensitive to it, but she has eliminated it from her diet, and she's living her best life. Seriously. So, I have a title for it that's great. And one of these days, if I ever get it going, I'm going to have you, Cookie, and our friend Sarah, another Sarah, out of Chicago, help me with it. So because there are all kinds of alternatives out there, and I think one of the things that help most is cooking fresh, because of the preservatives and stuff. I know Cookie had bad reactions to certain commercially baked goods, and so we avoid it. So if we were to do something, we just bake it fresh here, or get it someplace where we knew that it started out with flour, and that's it. So anyway, Cindy Kep says, my great-grandfather lived from covered wagons to personal computers. That's amazing. My grandfather got to see man walk on the moon. But, I tell people the world that we live in right now would look like something out of Star Trek to him. It really would. And the kind of technology we take for granted nowadays is insane. It really is. And we should appreciate how far we've come even in our lifetimes. And it's now a good time to say, don't die, feed cookie. It was half an hour ago. You did your job, Carl. Thank you very much. And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, I'm only 28, barely looking around the corner, but I was one of the first kids in my town to have ADSL in the Netherlands. Well, I can remember when we first had home internet. I had it through my job because I was working for public broadcasting here in America, PBS, what used to be NET when I was a kid, National Educational Television. I can remember a time when there wasn't Sesame Street, okay? When the only late night talk show was The Tonight Show. So anyway, but yeah, I remember we had a service that was out of the University of Illinois, I think, that we could get to, and it was dial up rather, and you could only initially stay on for half an hour every 24 hours, and if somebody made a phone call to you, it kicked you out. That was a pain. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, Sarah we all learned a new word last night on Comic Book Spectrum. So watch that show, and as it flies gleefully off of the rails, we learned a new word last night. So look it up, peenies, all right? Ace Bonnie says, why couldn't the bee dress as a ghost for Halloween? Because people are offended by seeing boobies. Oh, there's a lot of boobs on this show. I'm telling you that. Mostly the one that runs it. And I just knew that Sarah would bring that up again. I was thinking we were home free, Carl. And there she is. My darling Sarah bedeviling us. I've got Sarah on the interwebs and I got Cookie here at home. Anyway, and now it is time. Don't die, feed cookie. Thank you, Joe Dog. Jobby Bika says, but all those friends represent money. They are potential buyers. That is, if we're talking about the people that are contacting me to promote their stuff, cold contacting me to promote their stuff without any sort of preamble, no, they're not. Trust me, John, they are not. After an incident here in Nashville, I deleted my profile and started all over again. John, some days I'm sorely tempted. And see y'all later now, but I'm still watching for trolls. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate your service so much. And we got to get together. We will make that happen. And T-minus 22 minutes, so don't die, feed cookie. Or feel cookie. I can do that too. Exactly. I don't mind helping, says Amy Hale. Amen. But I'm not their personal PA or publicist. I have limited time just like everyone else. And you've got to create your own stuff. There has to be a cutoff point after which you say, I've got to work for me. Otherwise, I can't help anyone else, right? And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says, even at the side job days, I'm usually flooded with questions regarding crowdfunding or comics. So in my smoke breaks, I end up typing on my phone endlessly. Helping others is definitely a kind of therapy. It really is. And BKM's Finger for Links program. Thank you, Damian Waldron. Yeah, send me your links. Send me your links without any sort of request or kindness, and I'll give you the finger. There we go. Eric Riley, I'm not popular enough yet to get people questioning me about things and annoying me. Yeah, count your blessings, dude. When you contacted me, that was about the time when I started getting a lot of people asking me to do things. And here's the thing. Actually, I've been getting it since I started. Because even before I started writing books, I came in with a certain amount of knowledge about the publishing industry in comics and books, and I was already selling articles and stuff. In fact, I'm going to be doing some BK minutes on it, how to annoy creative people. And one is to ask advice, and then when you get the advice, say, well, I don't want to do that. Oh, I had someone, well, how do I get money? I want to write something, and the minute I send it in, I get money for it. I said, well, you need to get hired by somebody. But even then, you're probably going to not get it the minute you send it in. Well, I wanted to write the minute I send it in. It doesn't happen. It's, good for you if you think you can get it. Well, how do I get links or gigs where I can get paid? Well, first you have to build up your creative resume, and you send stuff out. And it'll take time, but you'll work up to a point where you'll get paid for things. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to send out things. I want to just get paid for writing what I want to do. And it's like they had, we'll call it a Superman, Care Bears, and Dark Hawk and Nightwing Duck crossover story. Well, I've got this novel I've written with all these characters. Where can I send it to get published? You can't. You're going to have to change at least 3 of them because all 4 are from different franchises, which at the time were not owned by the same people. So you can publish it as fan fiction, but you better hope nobody notices. And but you can't send it to a publisher. Nobody's got all 4 of the rights. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to write this book. And so anyway, great day and weekend to all. Bring Cookie home, Damien. We love you, man. Seriously. And I'm still working. Once I get done with this editing gig, your project is next. All right. And we just had another comment done. I'm sorry we're so far behind. And okay. Google Chrome's telling me about the end of the world. Cool. Back in the cereal box, 1230 subscribers. Y'all are slacking. We are, John. We're pathetic. I'm only halfway there. And I got 7 subscribers. Woo-hoo, watch out, says Rick Bradley. Uh-oh, Michaela, John, Pops, we better stand aside. Rick Bradley's climbing up our tailpipes, if you know what I mean. And yes, John, I got your info. Brian, do as I wish. Can you do dishes? I can. Just don't ask me to dust. That's all. And oh man, YouTube blocked my comment. And Carl didn't unblock it this time, says the skunk rocker. Yeah, we can't control YouTube, unfortunately. And watching and liking for multiple accounts and platforms. John, I love you. You're the best. And he's old and slow, Skunk. It's true. And Skunk, this time, I don't know that I saw that. Sorry. And yep, old and slow and trying to write a novella here. I thought you were talking about me being old and slow. Anyway, Ace Bonnie says, no way skeletons are so calm because nothing gets under their skin. Take care, all. Ace, thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. I love you, man. You are awesome. And are you playing solitaire or writing a novella? Tell the truth, Carl, says the skunk rocker. Both, Skunk, plus watching here for trolls. My God, does Carl Witzman do it all? Check him out tonight in the green room. I'm hoping to join you, Carl. And I just emailed GRCC and HOH, but they knew who I was. Okay. And are letting you in anyway. Okay. Very good. Jobby Bike a Skunk. Open enrollment starts November 1st. Call my office today to schedule that appointment. And BKM, we do it on Saturdays at 8 a.m. Central before your day starts. Au contraire, more. No, my day on Saturday starts my day on Saturday when we were taking our friend around. She's wheelchair bound, so we are glad to take her around. And it's Cookie's best friend, so it's cool. Plus, we go out to breakfast. But there are some Saturdays I might get the morning off. You know what I'm saying? And when I do, okay, I promise. And what we'll do is we'll set up we'll book it sometime. Okay. I'll have to talk with my pimp. I mean, Cookie. And Brian, Cookie is always listening, even when she is at work. I knew it. Did you all hear that? She is in the next room. Is my microphone sensitive that she picked up? Just yes, I heard her. Please say yes, I heard her, or no, I didn't. That's what I need to know. And louder, Cookie. I have to say them louder, says the skunk rocker. Don't encourage her, Skunk. I thought we were friends. There was a barking dog, Cookie, and you yelled, and now it's quiet. Anyway, 11:53. Say goodnight, everybody. Good night, everybody. And William Quinton says, just sent you an image from Image 3, Brian. I think you'll enjoy it. I know I will. I love the first 2 issues. I'm going to try to support you, man. And Cindy Cap says, oatmeal made with apple juice instead of water with a bit of ghee and cinnamon. Ooh. Yeah, I've made it with like cinnamon and pumpkin spice before. That's good eats. Also, what I like, Cindy, and it makes a great breakfast, is take make your regular serving of oatmeal, but put it in like a Tupperware container or something, and make it the night before. But instead of water, use like whatever milk substitute you use if you're lactose intolerant. We make it with usually almond milk or oat milk. And what happens? And okay, I see that, Charles F. Millhouse. Thank you, brother. But anyway, you basically put in your milk, put in your oatmeal, mix it up, put in any sort of fruit or sweetener or any other additive you want. Close it up tight, put it in the fridge overnight, and you have the best cold oatmeal ever. And you can do this with either the long cook version or the short cook version. And it's we'll sometimes make a week's worth at a time especially when we're busy. And the next morning, just brew a pot of coffee, open that thing up. If we want to add just some last second, stuff to it, like we keep sugared cinnamon on hand, a few taps of that on top, and that's a great breakfast, or toast or bagels on the side. And it's just one less thing to do in the morning. So that's my advice to y'all. It's great. Insurance, says Rick Bradley, who works in the field, can also change on a daily basis. I have had to call providers back because something I told them changed within the hour of me telling them. Rick, I can imagine that. And yes, let me invest in a mystery project with zero information beforehand. Yeah, Amy Hale. Yeah. I'm always terrified that I'm gonna, like, somebody will say, "We'll promote my book," and it'll be like all the proceeds go to NAMBLA or something like that. I was like, no. And Scout Cracker, fine, Joe Dog. Don't die, feed Cookie before she drops another F-bomb. And while I appreciate all the well wishes from everyone, don't fret. No matter what, I will survive. See that you do, Skunk. You've got your back covered, okay, man? And I will put my name in there too if you ever need to talk, man. All right, I'm here for you. And good morning. Been suffering from slight insomnia this week. I'm sorry, Molly Daniels. Third day in a row, I've not gone to bed until 4 a.m. till sleeping till 10:30-ish. Oh, man. Well, I hope you're doing better today, hon. And I have Saturday off and am planning to get some writing accomplished, working Sunday so I can take off Thursday to prep for Indie PopCon. Oh, that's cool. That's right. You'll be at Indie PopCon. I will be at, Indie Comic Con. That's even better. One of these days I may try to get in there. I've been contacted like 3 times. And all 3 times they said, yeah, we'll have somebody get back to you. And it's like, I see now they're probably blowing smoke up my butt. But anyway, they've never gone back to me. So, but no, I will be at DeadCon this coming, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after this, at the Grand Wayne Center at 120 West Jefferson Boulevard at Fort Wayne, Indiana, the second largest city in Indiana, where they have Tim Hortons there. It'll be great. City Cap, one of these days I want to make a cookbook called Food Without Much in It. Remind me to tell you the name for my website. I think you'll like it. And Donna Carlene says, oh, what can I tell you about red dye? Like, it's used in artificial sweeteners to make them white, and technically it's natural, so it doesn't have to be listed. Yeah. And what is it? How many red dyes have been taken off the market because they are carcinogenic? Oh my God, yeah. And no Sesame Street. I know. I remember Monty Hall before Let's Make a Deal, that sort of thing. Bill Cullen, there's a name for you. I remember all that great stuff. And great show, BKM. Thank you, Ted Davies. I love you, man. Have a great weekend, and everyone, much success to you all. Be safe. You too, Ted. Mom, much love to you and Chrisers, okay? Love you guys both, and you're welcome, Sarah. You're the best. And Rick Riley says, I sometimes tell Donovan, his son, what I would have to go through to play online over dial-up, and he doesn't believe me. Had to wait till my dad went to bed because he didn't want to miss any calls. Then, of course, our fun modem sounds. Oh, God, yeah, I still cringe when I hear them. And, the thing is, I describe my childhood, and Cookie and I, we compare childhoods. And she's 7 years younger than I am, and my stuff to her just, my childhood to her just sounds so unreal. The fact she grew up in a large city, the outskirts of Buffalo, and I grew up in a very small, city. I didn't even live in any sort of town till I was 6. I lived in the country mostly. So I had no playmates unless I came into Georgetown, which, but I talked about, I would tell her about, like the things we had back then, and she's like, but we just didn't have the resources she did. Molly Daniels says, I could only watch it at my grandmother's. We couldn't pick it up on the rabbit ears. Oh yeah, and I still had tinfoil on my rabbit ears. Now I wear them in my hat. And great show yet again, my friend. Everyone take care and stay creative. Rick Radley, I love you, brother. You have a great weekend, you and the family both, and give them all a hug from me. And Molly Daniels, I have this great idea for a bestseller, but I don't want to write it. Oh yeah. Somebody gave me a good idea. And I've been using that. I get people, oh, I've got this great idea. You keep half the money. I'll just give you this great idea. You'll make $1 million off of it, I'm so sure. And I tell them, I will write that book for $10,000. And not only that, you can put your name on it. And I will make no claim to any sort of royalties or anything. But I need $10,000, all of it up front. And yeah, so anyway, it's been handling it, and I heard her. Yes, I heard her. Yes, I heard her. Why would I want to do that? Anyway, Sarah says, and now even louder, Cookie, do it. Don't you? Whose side are you on, Sarah? And quinoa berries and coconut manna. Ooh. Hey, honey, did you hear that? Yeah. And Rick Bradley, Eliana just came up to me and said, come on, man, it's time to go to school. She is such a mini-me, poor thing. Oh, dear. And I can hear her, but I can't understand her. You know, I have the same problem. I can hear her constantly, and most of the time, I don't understand a word she's saying. Anyway, John B. Pica says, well, I just found out that 300,000 plus miles Suburban is on its last, oh, dear God. Hi, honey. That's her chin there. You were almost on the air. Watch it. I'm almost caught up. I'm only 2 minutes behind. For me, that's quite the accomplishment.
That is quite the accomplishment.
You want to get fed?
Yes.
Okay. It's official, folks. She wants to get fed. Let's rush through these, okay? Anyway, John B. Pica. See, you interrupted the news flash here. You forgot to crank it up, honey. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here's what I get from Cookie. So, yeah. Same to you. Anyway, John B. Pica says, I just found out that my 300,000 plus mile Suburban is on its last leg, needs a new oil pump that costs over $1,000. Can't afford a new car unless I take another job. Anyone want to host a GoFundMe? We may be looking at that too, John. I feel your pain. And Scott Cracker says, I understood that one. And crazy that 20 years ago, says Molly Dales, we knew people were home because of a busy signal. They were on the computer. That's right. And goodbye, everyone, says Carl Wisman. He's terrified. He's running for the hills. And Damian Woodburn says, I want to be Cookie when I grow up. You want to harass me too? And I enable both of you, says Sarah. Yes, and we're going to have a word about that. Her word will be thanks.
No, not when she's enabling you.
Well, see, that's the issue. And also, she found out last night what the plural for penis is. Peenies. Also, peni. Quiet. Quiet right now.
Peenies sound like they're tiny.
Well, that could be in certain cases, like the person we kicked off of here. Anyway, love you, Cookie, says Molly Daniels.
Love you, Molly. See you soon.
Yes, and Micro Machine reading from Brian commences. Sarah.
I'm going to head downstairs and start the chili.
Oh, yes. Get thyself hence, woman. Yes, you are on a mission.
If you don't come down before it's done, you're in trouble.
My mouth is watering already. What more do you want from me?
Your presence.
That's nice. Anyway, okay, we can chop. Yes, Cookie's going to give me a knife. Anyway, so we are going to sign off. Cookie has said so. So anyway, thank you all for being here. And we've gone over 2 hours, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I frequently have. But anyway, we've got to get our attitude of gratitude in. And that, of course, means we want to thank our sponsors for today. We'll do it in reverse order this time. We've got Memoirs of the Morbid by Grant Lankard, edited and published by Grant Lankard. It's a brand new horror anthology. It's a loving kiss back to yesteryear, the Tales from the Crypt and House of Mystery type stories. And I I have a story in there. We're 1/3 of the way to being funded, and we hope you'll consider supporting it because it has great stories. And wait a second, he's not reading fast enough. Cookie, get more coffee. Okay, I'm trying to get more done. Okay, anyway, here it is. One of our sponsors for today, Memoirs of the Morbid, from Grant Lankard and myself and Claudio Adriano. Check it out and please pledge generously.
Greetings, ghouls and boils. I'm the Ghoul Master, a loving homage to horror anthology narrators of yesteryear. Wait, I'm an homage? Why didn't anybody tell me? You'll hear from my agent about this. But first, let's get to the heart of the matter. I'm here to tell you about the new horror anthology, Memoirs of the Morbid, on Kickstarter in time for Halloween. Memoirs of the Morbid is a black and white homage to classic horror comics from the 40s and 50s, containing 5 self-contained stories by some of the best indie comic creators out there. There's that word again. I better not find out homage is an insult. Anyways, Memoirs of the Morbid is completely done and ready to go to the printer. The comic will be on Kickstarter until Halloween, so don't make a grave mistake by missing it.
Memoirs of the Morbid, a great new horror anthology. I am proud to be a part of it. And as of this moment, we are 1/3 of the way to funding it. Thank you to everyone, to the 53 backers so far. And if you want to be one of them, please, please, please let me put that link in here. And there it is. All right, please check this out and please give it some love, okay? And Sarah, I love you to the abyss and back always too, sweetheart. Thank you for your harassment. I know it comes from the heart. Anyway, love you, hon. And you have a good day. We'll talk later on. Anyway, please check out this project and give it some love, okay? And also, here's somebody else that deserves some love. It's Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. You want to talk graphics expertise? Then you need to talk Jeffrey Hayes. He can not only create great wraparound covers for your paperback and hardcover book, he also can create graphics that'll help you sell that work on social media, as well as a beautiful trailer. I have him doing my trailers. You should too. That's Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out their page on Facebook. Also check out their webpage at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your readers, that's for sure. And we also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for powering this episode and all episodes. Check out tonight. We've got, I don't think Drinking with the Davies will be on, but check it out anyway, see if they are. And please give Ted's YouTube page a like. And also the Historical Fencing Guild will be on at 8 p.m. tonight with Nicholas Anthony Tucker. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to check it out. You should too. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll have Stupid O'Clock from the Desk of the Small Press Publisher. I'm sorry, Joe D. McPhee. Joe runs a great show on comic books. I love that show to death, and I love Joe. He's so talented. But check him out at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on his From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher. And then at 11 p.m. will be Stupid O'Clock again, the nighttime edition. And then at 1 a.m. will be Last Man Standing with Dan Hollifield and guests. Great geeky conversation that goes on into the late hours of the night. And then on Sunday evening at 10 p.m. will be Heather Ellen with Comics, Chaos, and Sass. And please give our Facebook page a like. Also, thank you to our Patreon subscribers. You can check out what we offer to you at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. Your name could join these on this list of supporters, and we thank each and every one of you with all sincerity. We could not continue doing this show without our Patreon subscribers. And so, folks, we are going to have a few messages after this show, but I'm holding back because I got to help Cookie make lunch.
How dare you!
I know, I'm trying to hurry, Greta. We'll get some chili for you too. She makes great chili, and it's meatless too. So anyway, texturized vegetable protein. It's good. Anyway, folks, we are going to bid you a cheese fondue. Hope you have a sensational weekend, and check out all the links that you see on these shows, because there's some really great stuff going on, and you need to get a load of it. A big load. It's great. But anyway, thank you to everyone who participated in today's show. Thank you to everyone who supported us throughout this week. And we'll see you Monday morning with another fresh live episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. So as always, my friends, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'm Brian K. Morris signing off. We'll see you Monday on another Nevermind the Furthermore.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Now every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
What if you could see the world like an animal? What if you could soar like a bird? Detect faint smells like a dog? What if a video game allowed you to play an animal character in a unique fantasy setting? What if a comic book series put you in such a video game setting, telling the story from the point of view of animal companions to human characters? Welcome to the world of Animal Eye. This comic book series will follow the adventures of 3 animal characters, Ava the crow, Nagid the dog, and JL the bear. Many fantasy stories feature animal helpers to human characters, especially horses or dogs, but sometimes birds like falcons, or in the case of Animal Eye, a crow. Fantasy-based video games do this as well at times, with human or demi-human player characters in the role-playing video game, with animal assistants in the game available to the main characters as what are, in effect, non-player characters. The Animal Eye story world flips this dynamic on its head. In Animal Eye, the video game player characters are the animals, and the non-player characters are the humans the animals assist. Join playtesters Ken May and Jake as they become Ava the crow and Nagid the dog. In Issue 1, each must find a human companion to guide them on their adventures. Ava finds Aussie, Bakari tribesman, archer, and herbalist. Baron Raphael Dorcas, who wields a sword and a flintlock pistol, teams up with Nagid. In the world of Animal Eye, demented monsters are attacking settlements, including Aussie's family. Join Ava and Aussie as they come to JL's aid in a fight against the maniacs. Join Baron Raphael and Nagid as they undergo a parallel adventure battling demented maniacs. Issue 1 lays the groundwork for a unique comic book series in 6 issues, adapted from the novel Animal Eye by Cindy Kett. An adventure is beginning, an adventure you can join with your support, an adventure where you can become the animal.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
The campaign to end World War II would begin with D-Day, but the fight that would shape the destiny of all mankind would be fought elsewhere. In space. Allied with beings from another world, the crew of the cargo plane Flying Rebel battled the horrifying evils of Project Ares and a madman hell-bent on becoming the Emperor of Earth. Stormgate Press presents the Doomsday Blitzkrieg. Get your copy today.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line. See? And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136. I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.